So, during the winter update, Juventus have got themselves a lovely 15-point deduction for financial mismanagement. I mean, it's the first thing that they've ever done, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been done before, mate.
No way, really?
There was a big scandal about them a few years ago where they got dropped down to the bottom of the league and then they got relegated, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because of that. And,
absolutely, in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Right. So, today is our task to rebuild them from this financial trouble that they have, because they also don't have a lot in their overall balance, and they have a huge net debt of £263 million remaining.
Sounds like that, isn't it?
Definitely. And they don't exactly have a lot of players on small wages either. If you take a look at their wages, we're looking at least £215,000 there for Dusan Vlahovic, and some players are not even first teamers. I mean, Paul Pogba's on 170 grand a week, and yet he's injured for 5 to 6 months.
What a surprise there.
Yeah, so he is not even available.
Another team he's just
another one.
sponging off.
Yeah, Chiesa's another one. He's out for another 2 months. We're missing Bonucci for suspensions because, yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's very hard being a manager of Juventus right now. So we're going to try our best. We did give him a little bit of money, but I thought I'm not going to spend any of it because buying a player for that much, you're not going to get a first teamer anyway. So I thought I'd just leave it. But what I did do is bring a player in on loan because I want to play a certain formation and we need strikers. So I brought in Armando Broja from Chelsea on loan because I think he's quite a good striker.
Yeah.
But there's a problem, Dad. He's
Worked from it.
non-EU, which means we couldn't actually register him.
What a surprise there again, isn't
Brilliant.
it? Yeah.
So we're paying his loan fee for the whole year and he can't even sign. I hate this league so much. Right, so outside of that, that meant we can't use him, but we're going to try a 3 up top.
Right.
Season 1, this is what we're going to run. We've got 2
Brave.
defensive midfielders. Yeah, but I think defensively this is quite solid, isn't
Yeah.
it? So it's kind of like we'll stick everybody at the back other than these 3 guys.
I mean, the players you've got in there, they are a good side. It proves that. I mean,
yeah.
They lost the points and they were dropped down to 10th position, I think it was.
Yeah.
Just look now, and they're in 7th now
as we're
and catching.
recording, yeah.
And you know, if their form keeps going, they might just pull themselves back into that European Champions League spot, which they desperately need for money wise, and they can't afford to be out of that. So
yeah, and it would be
doing
weird
well.
seeing them not in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So if we pick that restriction, our best 11, this is what it would look like. Di Maria and Vlahovic with Milik up top. We've got the likes of Rabiot, Paredes, Cuadrado, Kostic, Bonucci, Bremer and Danilo at the back with Szczesny in the net. But of course we've got the likes of Chiesa, who probably would be better up top than some of these players. Locatelli, who I really like, is a cracking CDM on this game. So I actually think this formation will work quite well. Let's take a look at the schedule then, see how we've got on so far, because we've had a good result there. A 2-1 win against AC Milan, obviously at this point would be the champions of Italy. And we even went down to 10 men after the 54th minute, and we scored a 93rd minute winner from Fagioli, substitute coming off the bench and making himself a hero.
next game's going to be our game, isn't it?
What, Verona? 1-0 it was. Moise Kean got a 1-0 goal for us. And then we lost to Empoli, unfortunately, with Bonucci getting sent off. That's a bad result. Yeah, he got sent off in the first half. They scored right after it. So I don't know whether it was like a free kick or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next game is Napoli, who are absolutely smashing it in real life, aren't they? We did a great Napoli rebuild. I really enjoyed that one. They have a fantastic team to use, and they're actually really enjoyable to watch this year. I watched them absolutely dismantle Juve in the Serie A. It was quite hilarious to watch. 5-1 or 4-1. Osman is just unbelievable. But that's who we have up next. But in the Champions League, our group stage, that looks okay. We should be able to qualify from that with Ajax.
We should win that group, shouldn't we?
We should do, really. Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, we'll simulate this first season and let's see what the damage is after our 15-point deduction, because right now we're still in 20th with -9. Can we get ourselves back into Europe? It's a hard task, but it is possible.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Okay, first season, and we did. We scraped through, and that little green arrow means we did it on the final day of the season as well.
To overtake Roma, that's a...
Yeah, they lost the last 2. They absolutely chucked it away, and we
Yeah.
managed to get it. So we do qualify for the UEFA, Europa, Conference League. Come on. We really want that one. So that's not bad at all.
No.
Managing to do that with 15 points. So if we added on the 15 points, puts us on 75 points, we would have finished in third place above Napoli, with Atalanta and Inter finishing above.
Inter Milan winning the league.
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact there. Look. In 2005 and 2006, Inter Milan finished third in the league, and they were awarded the actual to win the league. And it was controversial, really, because it was to do with the scandal that was going around at the time with Juventus.
The match fixing.
Yeah, and all that. And they reckon 2004, the season before, I think it was, or the two seasons before, Inter were involved in it somewhere along the line.
Right.
And that was what the controversial side of it was, because they got awarded the league, and one of the leagues got taken away from Juventus.
Yeah.
And because they were rumoured that they were something to do with it, it was quite big, real fuss going on about it, but it was left, and but it wasn't proven that Inter Milan, so they were given the 2000.
No smoke without fire.
Yeah,
though, is there?
That's the problem, isn't it? So they weren't very happy with them winning that league that year. So
no, so many scandals though in Italian football over the years. But yes, Inter Milan are champions. We are finishing in European spots. We've got Chiesa in the highest average rating, 3, and Angel Di Maria getting 10 assists this season. Dumfries there with 18. He absolutely smashed it. How do we do in other competitions? Of course, we were in the Champions League. We're in the Coppa Italia. Round of 16 by Bayern Munich. Third round by Sassuolo in the Cup. I guess it meant that we can just focus on the league, which obviously paid off because we went on and qualified, which is exactly what we wanted to do. But only round of 16 by Bayern Munich is disappointing. We lost 8-3 on aggregate. So we lost 5-2 in the home leg or the away leg. But our group stage, we did top the group stage as we anticipated. We finished first. Copenhagen finished second, which, that's not expected, is it?
Who did we lose our game against then?
We lost one game to Bayer Leverkusen, who finished bottom of the group. Yeah. Bayern Munich, they finished second to Napoli, interestingly enough. Yeah. So there we go. But no cup competitions, nothing like that. But let's take a look at the goals then. Dusan Vlahovic, he scored 26 goals. Talks are that he might not stay at the end of this season, because obviously Juve probably won't finish Champions League football. He probably wants Champions League football, and they probably need.
It's going to be an interesting thing to see how many players will disappear because they're not in the Champions League, innit?
Yeah, absolutely.
These top players, they seem to demand it at the moment, don't they? So
yeah, I mean, Arsenal were after him last January, if you remember, when he actually made the move to Juve. There's talks maybe Manchester United might come in for him, who knows. But he got 26 goals for us this season. Moise Kean got 21. Federico Chiesa, after coming back from his injury, so he only played 28 games in total, 16 goals and 9 assists. Not bad at all. No. We've seen him in the Euros, how good he was, though, didn't we? He was absolutely fantastic a couple of summers ago. And Di Maria, even at the age of 35, as much as I hate him, 10 goals and 11 assists.
He's like Marmite, isn't he? You either like him or you don't. And
well, I'm a Man United fan, and he played for us, and I don't like him.
He was awful, wasn't he?
Yeah, but then he did that thing with PSG after, where he scored against United and started sipping the beer, and then we eliminated him. It was brilliant. So, yeah, we just don't like him for some reason. Okay, so that's how we are looking this season. We've got a lot of players coming back from loans. Obviously, Kulusevski is a done permanent deal to Tottenham. Weston McKennie has like a buy option. He might come back, same as Zakaria. But we've got a lot of these players like Ravella. Luca Pellegrini, I think, has got a buy option that we should or might get back. So we're going to have to assess that when they do come back, because else we'll have a very bloated team.
Yeah.
Our transfer budget next season is only £22 million, with 266 in the wage budget.
Really?
No,
but to sell a few players.
We might have to. There's a lot of names obviously on the outs that we are just releasing because we just can't afford to keep.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fine by me.
I'll give you a little story about the kit. You know, I like bringing up the kit things and all that.
Yeah.
Their first kit, pink shirts and black tie.
Yeah. Black tie?
Yeah. It was pink and black, and I thought, pink and black, that must be a funny combination. But then further I read into it, it was a black tie. And yeah, they obviously didn't keep that going for a while. And there was an Englishman who was part of the staff at Juventus. So they said to him, is there anything you could do with the contacts that you got in England about getting us a kit, trying a different colour of that? And he happened to know someone who was at Notts
County.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So then obviously they sent some kits over, and still wearing it.
Bianconeri was born.
Yeah.
So there we go. Quite a famous story, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Notts County one, because I think they play quite a lot of friendlies against each other, which is quite nice. I like that they have that relationship with the club just because of solely the kits. But as we can see, they still keep the pink around.
Yeah.
They have quite, that's ugly, by the way.
It is,
But they do keep the pink kit every now and then.
I love the black kit.
Yeah, but I always think, though, what is the point in having that as your away kit? Because if, one, all black kits, I think, are very tricky because hard to see on the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Especially if you're playing at night time. And if you think about it, it does not stand out in a crowd.
No.
Because a lot of people who go to football matches wear black coats.
Yeah.
So if you're like glancing in your peripherals, I can't see where any of my players are. But also, when your home kit is black and white, why is the away kit black?
Yeah.
Because then you're always going to be forced to wear the third kit.
Yeah.
It really does my tits in when teams do that. It really frustrates me. Dortmund's the worst one. Dortmund's third kit is yellow.
Yeah.
Their home kit, yellow. Don't understand it, but there we go. We'll go forward second season. Right, so the transfers that we have brought in, obviously some of this has already been a done deal before we even joined. Like I mentioned, a lot of them were loan to buys, like the Kulusevski one, which is a bargain, really. £30 million, I think he's
really
a quality
good sign
player.
for me. That I'm really pleased with that, yeah.
But we have actually signed 2 players and roughly about £40 million. So the first one was Nicolo Caselle, a really good centre-back in this game. I think that's one of the weaknesses that possibly Juventus have with Bonucci being as old as what he is now. I mean, if you think like 5, definitely 7 or 8 years ago, Juve's defence was like the best around, wasn't it?
100%, yeah.
You know, Chiellini, Bonucci, they had the best 2 like centre-backs there. Then you had great right-back, great left-back, always fantastic.
What do they win? 9 straight titles in a row in the 2000s?
Yeah, you don't get that off bad defence, do you?
No, you don't, do you?
And obviously Gigi Buffon in the net, which is a legend of the game, not just the club. So we needed to bring in another centre-back, and this is as good as what we could get with the money, and I still think he is decent. 25 years of age, he's 6'3", Italian as well, so he knows the league inside out. £20 million from Lazio, so not bad. He played 32 games last year as well for Lazio, so he comes in straight away and joins our first team lineup. But as I mentioned last summer, I was looking for a striker. I unsuccessfully signed one. We've got one where we've managed to register him. It's Hugo Duro, although he is injured at the minute, but he has been playing. So Hugo Duro, I think, is a player who is very good at a lot of things, but he isn't like a master of anything. But I think, you know, great strength, good pace, all of these 14, which I quite value quite high, to be fair. He doesn't really have a weakness, as I mentioned. He can play on the wings if we change to a formation with wings. He can also play in behind the striker, and he's bloody good at it too, with passing of 14. Not to mention he's only 23 years of age.
Good squad player, isn't he? Yeah. That sets everybody up for the 5 years after us as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Really,
for you Patreon members, I like these things as well. He is a consistent performer. Very good. He's an intelligent player. He's got a good personality, level-headed, resolute personality. We signed him for £23 million from Valencia, who's only just signed him, actually, from Getafe. Yeah. But he did score 10 goals in 32 appearances for Valencia, and we know how much trouble that they're in as well. Yeah. So I actually quite like this signing. He hasn't played a game for us yet because he is injured, but when we get him going, hopefully he will be really good. And he's only on 56 grand a week as well, so wages-wise, it's quite good as well. So not bad at all. Cracking little signing is Hugo Duro. That's the 2 signings that we have made. As I mentioned, we didn't have a lot of money, but that will do for me. Tactically then, we have changed things ever so slightly. We have brought in from the defence into another midfielder because we now have so many centre midfielders. It's unbelievable because of the ones coming back on loan. Yeah. And I want to play Nicolo Ravella quite a lot because he is the future. And as you mentioned, Patreon members on the £5 tier, you get this saved game file for this on patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming. Should you wish to take it on, and Dab will set you a challenge. So always keep that in mind. This would be a good one, I think, as well. I think so as well. Yeah. So Ravella is a cracking young midfielder coming through the Juventus youth. Oh, he didn't actually. I think he came from Genoa and then Juve bought him. But he's here anyway, and we've got him, and he's still young, and he has a great potential in the game. So I want to give him as much game time as possible so that it will help us at the end of this rebuild and also the people who takes it on. He was out on loan last season. He played 34 games. He got 1 assist for probably the worst team in the league, but that's fine. He is here now, and we are playing 4 championships, hopefully. So we've gone for this 4-3-3, and more of a flat 4-3-3, but with 3 defensive midfielders. If I went like this and I picked our best 11, you'll see Ravella getting kicked out, and that's the reason why he is in there, because of Rabiot, Locatelli, Paredes. We've got Duro, Vlahovic, and Chiesa up top. What a free strike force that is now, because, I mean, Chiesa, even though he's more of a winger, is really good up top still. Cracking player. Really good. Yeah. We got Pellegrini back from Frankfurt. They did not decide to sign him, and that is a of a relief to me because we need him.
Happy days.
Yeah, our left back, Alexandro, I think was the last left back that we had. I think he leaves, so Danilo is there on the right, Bremer and Bonucci at the back, but of course we've got Casella, who's just joined, who is going to help us, and Chesney in goal. So this is a good lineup, a really good team now, and good strength in depth. The likes of Pogba is back, fully fit. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
But let's take a look then at our fixtures so far and how we've been getting on. We've only played one league game. It was a loss.
Yeah.
It was a 4-3 loss to Inter Milan at the San Siro. Very cracking, entertaining game. But
I'll take that. I mean, that's against the champions.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'll take that at their place. We scored 3.
Yeah.
So we're unlucky to lose, really.
I agree. We've played Lens in the UEFA Europa Conference League qualifier.
We should walk this league, I think.
4-0 in the home leg. 4-3 in the away leg with Di Maria, of all people, getting a hat-trick. And Weston McKennie was sent off after 33 minutes. And that's probably the reason why, obviously.
We've got a problem with players being sent off.
Yeah, they love it, don't they? They're just chopping people up. Let's take a look at the Conference League group. We've got Astana from Kazakhstan, Cluj from Romania, and Ross County from Scotland. When I seen it, I thought, God knows how they've done it. Maybe they've won a cup.
It. Get in there.
Like
they must have won a cup. They obviously wouldn't have won the top league, would they?
Oh, no, they would have finished. I can't imagine them finishing 4th or something like that.
No.
They must have won a cup. So fair play to Ross County for doing that. But that's our group stage. We should be absolutely
talking to the European cups and all that. Juventus, they got 2 firsts. They were the first professional team in Italy.
Yeah.
But they were also the first Italian side to win everything that's available for a first team to win.
Oh, that's quite impressive, actually.
Yeah, so that's good, really.
Yeah,
so all the leagues, the cups, and then all the European cups that they can challenge for.
Yeah, because obviously AC Milan are probably the most successful Italian club in Europe.
Probably,
They've got the most European cups, haven't they, or Champions Leagues.
I know once Juventus was voted the second best European team of all. Going back in the 20th century, I think, when they were winning all the leagues and all that.
In the 80s and stuff like that, when they were really strong. Obviously behind Real Madrid, more than likely, after they've absolutely dominated Europe.
Well, Real Madrid beat them in a few finals as well. And they're not a good side to come up against, are they?
No,
for
not
anybody,
at all.
really,
No,
are they?
not at all. Let's simulate the second season then and see if we have better luck in Europe. I should hope so. We're in the UEFA Conference League, so we'll see. Second season, we finished in the top 4, so we do have Champions League football next year.
I mean, we cleared it quite easily as well. So
yeah,
very close to 3rd
points,
as well.
Very close to Milan. Obviously, Napoli are champions now, and 86 points, so that's quite interesting. Interestingly, we would finish lower than what we would have last season, though.
Yeah.
Because we would have finished 3rd last season, but still. 29 goals for Dusan Vlahovic up top there, was the league's top scorer by a mile as well, by 7 goals. He also got the highest average rating.
Good,
And young Ravella, he got 14 assists this year.
Good.
Yeah, it paid to play him, didn't it? And Duro also got the joint second highest man of the matches there. So great performance from us, I think. We are really bad at discipline, though. Again, we've got 2 players in the most yellow cards, but still. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's take a look, though.
Definitely,
competitions.
Come on, we must have
put
won
ourselves a trophy. Oh, yes, we did.
Of course we should have.
We won the UEFA Europa Conference League, which is such a mouthful, isn't it? Why can't they come up with such an easier name? We beat Copenhagen, who was obviously in our group last year, in extra time. It took us to extra... Copenhagen are unbelievable on this game. It must be insanely good. 105th minute by Matthias Sule. Who is that? I don't really know. He's a backup striker for us that has been playing from Argentina. He's also Italian, so there's quite like a weird link, isn't it? That Argentine.
He's a fan hero now, though, isn't he?
He is a fan hero because he's won the most prestigious UEFA Europa League.
Actually, it's probably the only cup they never had.
Maybe,
because it's a new one.
Yeah, it's only
so they carried on the record with winning every one.
Unless who won it the season before. Because if AC Milan or somebody... Nice. Roma? No, they never won the Champions League.
No.
Roma never won the Champions League, so they haven't done that. But we would have been the first to do them all. So
we've kept the record going.
We have kept that record going until they invent the 4th trophy of
of
Europe in 7 years' time, because UEFA are greedy bastards. In the Cup, though, unfortunately, the Coppa Italia, quarter-final exit by Inter Milan.
That's not good.
Do you know what I like about the Italian league? And it's the same with the Spanish and same with the German, just a one bloody cup competition.
Yeah.
We have way too many cups in England.
You know, I was saying just now about winning the 9 straight leagues in a row. I think as well, while they won those 9, they won 6 straight league, cups as well in the same row.
Yeah, if you take a look at the Coppa Italia, they
6
had a
years in a row.
league, 4 years there, but they won it again 2 years later. So they had a nice little
4 times in a
period
row,
there.
was it? Yeah, 4.
Between 2014 and 2018, they dominated Italy completely. That was very much a down period for both Milan sides. A lot of money trouble, especially in AC Milan, and they've only just started recovering now, obviously. The new owners have managed to install a much more of a better, and I think they've even brought in Maldini, who's become like a director, and like kind of oversees a lot of the day-to-day and recruitment side of things, and they've picked themselves back up. And obviously Napoli, the way that Napoli's been run, absolutely outstanding, because they ain't selling players for less than 100 million.
No.
Like, and they're buying players for like 10 million and turning them into like Kvaratskhelia, like 10 million, and like he is world class already. So there we go. Great way of being run. But that's our job here at Juve, I guess. So we've done quite well there in the first couple of years. Let's take a look at the goals. 51.
48 appearances.
Yeah, and 14 assists as well. This is what I like when you have 3 strikers and all of them are doing well. All of them have 14 assists, which is lovely, isn't it? But we have over 100 goals between them, almost. Because Hugo Duro has 32 and Chiesa has 21. That is over 100 goals.
I was going to say, 105 in my book.
Yeah, great maths. Wrong, 104.
All right.
Oh, great. We're not even good at English either, so this what subject are we good at? And then we have Di Maria, who is more of a substitute with 11 and 11, but very good still. And obviously, we've seen Ravello with 22 assists. Has he developed quite nicely? It would be good to see. Yeah, he's done okay, to be fair. He's done all right. His valuation's gone up as well. But how much money have we been given? That's the interesting scenario, because we now have Champions League. We got £75 million. 70. We can definitely do something with £75 million.
One good, really good player, or 2 good squad players. Really,
that's it, yeah. And especially if we can sell somebody who we're not using, because I'm just having a look down here, and Paul Pogba only 7 starts.
He's gotta go.
And he's worth 50 to 60 million pounds.
Gotta go.
I'd financial.
I'll tell you what, any team I'd take over, I'd sell him. He'd be the first player. I hate him.
Financially, we have 80 million in the bank, but that debt is only down to 222 million pounds, so it's not coming down very fast at all. But obviously, we've had a year without Champions League football. We got that back now. Let's see what we can do in the next season. One thing I didn't touch on was that in the January, Moise Kean went to Liverpool, and that's probably the reason why we had quite a lot in the transfer budget. He went for 47 million pound in total. So if you're wondering where was Moise Kean after buying him for what, 24 million pound, we sold him the same season for double the money almost. So I mean, we didn't do it, obviously. It was the board accepted it, or it's a clause in his contract, but still we'll definitely take it. But we've used it quite wisely, I think. Let's take a look at the next season. We've also brought in another 15 million pound. Dennis Zakaria there for 10 million pound. Our legend who won us the biggest European trophy in history for us, Sule, who we sold into Racing Club, and Danilo's also gone to Atalanta. He's quite old now, so we're happy to sell him, because I think I brought in a way better right back, and for a fraction of the cost of one of the world's best right backs that you'd probably buy. 14 million pound for this guy, and he's only 19.
Yeah, that's
outstanding. Good. Like, this is the first time I've ever heard of him. So if you're looking for a good right back, check him out, because yes, he's quick. He also has great positioning on the ball. Look at those 14s. 15 concentration, 15 anticipation. Fantastic stuff defensively. And also tackling, 15. Marking, 15. Passing, 14. Vision, 14. And his crossing and dribbling's good. There isn't a weakness. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think he's great.
Good
Only
find.
19. 14 million pound. Bargain. Got us an assist already. He got 6 assists last season in the 2nd division in Spain. I think he's really good. So that's a great start. We have also signed a centre-back from FC Bayern. It's one of the Hernandez brothers. It's Lucas Hernandez, the one that missed the World Cup because of injury, or he played the first game and got himself injured. And as Teo Hernandez came on and replaced him, his brother. But he's really good. He's more of a centre-back, I think, than a left-back, but he can play that left-back role should we need him. But I want him in at centre-back. I think he's a better option for us there than what we already had. And Bonucci he's either too old or he's about to retire. The striker option, though, Arnold Kalimuendu. I think he's really good. I really like Kalimuendu. I think he has the pace, he has the agility, the dribbling, finishing, first touch. He's got good composure, and that likes to beat the offside trap, because we have Chiesa, who is a winger playing as a striker. We also have Vlahovic, who is a target forward, isn't he? He's the brute of the group. Now we need somebody who has the pace and the finishing, and he is that guy. He's only 22 as well. 27 million pound. He scored 19 goals last year for Rennes.
It's good.
Very good. He's got a goal already. Good average rating too. I think that's fantastic. Now, Szczesny is our goalkeeper. He is 35, I think, something like that. I've brought in Marco Carnesecchi, who is an up-and-coming Italian goalkeeper with 1 cap already from Atalanta. So we've sold him Danilo. We've bought Carnesecchi from him. But he has things that remind me of what Buffon was like.
Yeah.
He has the aerial reach, the command of areas, really high communication, all things that I think people really took for granted how good Buffon was in goal. He had everything like that.
He was amazing, wasn't he?
Yeah. The long throw to start counter-attacks, that's a very underrated trait on a goalkeeper. If you've got that on your goalkeeper, well done. I think this is really good sign, really good pickup.
Just
14
go
million
back
pounds.
on his tactics there. Did you see the penalty taken? 2.
Yep.
For a cookie.
Don't underestimate him. 7 for free kicks. So I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I have seen worse. So I'm great. I'm really delighted to bring him in. I think that's a fantastic buy. If we take a look tactically, again, I want Ravella playing every game just to see how he does this season. But the rest of the team, I'm willing to just leave how it was. I think we're just building a team now because we were missing a couple of players. Now I think our
he's
our
put that
side's
keeper
quite
straight
good.
in, look.
Oh yeah,
That's interesting,
goes
isn't it?
right in there.
Yeah.
I think he's far better than what we already have. That's a great start, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good summer season. I'm just going to check. I think Bonucci might have just retired. It looks like he has. Yeah, I think he was 36. So I knew it was either this season or the next one. But there we go. So that's how we roughly would look like lining up. Duro in instead of Kalamoendu, but that gives us 4 good strikers now.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. Let's take a look then at the schedule. We have only played 2 games in the league. One was against Torino. Now, why is that a really important game, Dad?
It's their arch rivals.
Yeah.
They become bigger rivals for a reason. In 1906, one of the directors actually wanted to take Juventus out of Turin.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't agree with it. So they left the team like a breakaway. It was some management and some players. And they formed Torino. So there's always been that sort of grudge against them, really, because it's ex-Juventus players that didn't want to stick around. Even though they didn't leave Turin and stayed there and carried on as being as Juventus. But Torino was the team that was, at the time, half Juventus.
And they dominated Italy for a while.
Yeah.
Until they had a big accident, I believe, in the 50s. They lost quite a few players when they were on top in the 50s. I think we covered that in our Torino rebuild last year, but a 4-0 drumming to us.
That's good. No, they would be happy with that, the fans, wouldn't they?
Hugo Duro with a hat-trick as well. And Kalamoendu on his league debut. Coming off the bench, scoring.
Good.
Can't do worse than that, can you? And then we went and beat
That's a big
AC Milan.
Yeah.
3-1 away from home.
Yeah.
Even Paul Pogba got one. Would you have celebrated? Well, I'm Paul. Stop showing off your twat.
No. Oh, you'd have thought he was the best striker in the world and then just scored
Little
that goal.
dancing in the corner and everything like
Giving
that.
it all that, wouldn't he?
I
bet he'd only been on for about 2 minutes as well.
I'd have been down there with him doing like the Fortnite shuffle or whatever. Really good start to the season. Our Champions League fixtures, because now we go into the massive group in one league phase. Let's take a look at our fixtures instead. We have
got
some
2
tricky ones.
hard teams in there, haven't we?
Manchester City and PSG in our first 3. Ooh.
Apart
the
from
rest
that,
of it, we should be fine.
I'd still think we would qualify, you know?
Yeah, I think we should still cruise through that first top 6, top 8, even if we do lose those both games. We still really stand a chance of finishing that top 8 if we get some big wins as well, which we should do.
PSG away is going to be a really hard game, but Man City at home?
Could be anyone's game.
That's right, yeah.
Could be anyone's game. Well, let's find out then, and we'll simulate the 3rd season. 3rd season, and we're in 2nd place. We're climbing.
I'll take that.
Yeah, we're climbing.
Good season.
92 points of AC Milan. That's really exceptionally high, isn't it? Because last season it was only 86, won the league, and the season 4 again was 92. So 84 points for us, 79 for 3rd place Napoli. So we've established ourselves there as a quality 2nd place finish.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Inter Milan dropping all the way down to 6th.
That's a bad season for them, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's unusual to see Lazio doing so bad in 8th place. So a few rare occurrences happening here in this rebuild. But there we go. Vlahovic, 26 goals, so he's consistent, but Leao scored the most this season. That's probably the reason why AC Milan won the league. Dusan had the highest average rating though, and the most man of the matches. Lovely stuff. Let's take a look though. Our first season back in the Champions League. How far did we get? Quarter-final exit by Manchester United. That's unfortunate. It was a 3-4 in aggregate as well, so that's unlucky. Tottenham eliminated Bayern Munich, who went on and won it.
Come on.
Get out. No, that's right, we're going to have to redo this season. So we'll load it back up and we'll save and reload, because I don't care even if Juve finish outside the top 4. We're going to have to redo this. There's no chance that is ever happening. In Munich as well, which is such a place for Man United fans after the Munich disaster. I can't believe
penalties,
it.
Took penalties.
So,
unusual for Harry Kane to score a penalty.
Yeah. We knocked out Arsenal. And Man United knocked out Frankfurt.
Oh.
Yes to that one commentary. He doesn't like it every time I bring it up in a rebuild. I'm making it out. Frankfurt, my favourite German team. Once again, he hates it. I love it. How do we do in the league phase? Do we, qualify top 4?
Yeah.
We won 6 as I predicted, but we did beat Manchester City. We drew against Benfica and lost to PSG.
Look how far PSG are down.
And they're all the way down in 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, outstanding stuff from us. Right, okay, not bad. The League Cup, though, runners up.
Got to the final, yeah.
Napoli beat us in the final, 2-0. Kalimwendo had the highest goals in that game as in the whole competition. Raspadori and Kvaratskhelia got both goals there. We just didn't look like we showed up. Although we did have more chances, but just nobody performed very well at all. There's a couple of 6.3s in the middle there from Weston McKennie and Paredes.
That was a pity, really. I'd like to have won that.
Yeah, definitely. The goals then. Who scored what? We got enough goals as well from everybody. I'm liking that. Kalimwendo got the most, 37. Dusan Vlahovic got 34. Hugo Duro, 21 with 13 assists. Is not bad at all for somebody who majority of the time would have looked like he started off on the bench. And then Chiesa, who started the most.
We didn't score so many goals, but we done better. So.
Yeah, I agree. So not bad at all. Ravella looks like he might have been injured or something, because he did play 45 games. So that's not bad then.
No.
Next season we have another £80 million to spend with 160.
Bad,
yeah, we haven't lost anybody again, have we? No, we haven't. Right. Okay. So let's see who we bring in next summer. Starting things off then with a free transfer, Salvatore Esposito, a really good centre midfielder, young as well, 24 years of age. Italian, used to play at Spezia, came through the Inter Milan Youth Academy, had a good season the last couple of years in Serie A, despite playing for Spezia, who obviously down the leagues.
4 goals as well from midfield. 5
assists
as well.
So
good little player, especially playing for them.
I agree. Bringing him in on a free transfer is a great deal, and he's not asking that too much for wages either. So as a free transfer, it's really cheap.
Yeah.
But the best signing I think that we made this year is probably going to be at left back, and I know it's £61 million, but he gives us so much more at left back there than what we already have.
Yeah.
With Pellegrini, who was a good player, he's not to Ait Nouri's standards. So I think this is a fantastic pickup, despite the money, £61 million. We've got a lot of French players, but they're all gelling well together, and then it doesn't matter. Gerson from Flamengo, we bought a centre midfielder, and it was a risk because he was a non-EU, and I thought, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
But even though I know you're allowed to sign 2 every year, I still don't do it because I just think, why risk it? But I did it anyway, and he's quite good. So 28 years of age, he's in his prime, £30 million from Flamengo. He's played in Europe before, he played for Marseille, he's even played in the league.
Scored as well already.
Yeah, because he used to play for Roma and Fiorentina. So he's done all right. He's got a man of the match, and he's got a goal for us so far.
Good start.
Good pickup.
Yeah.
Tactically then, we're staying as we were, but we're not
like
selecting anybody. We're going to leave it as that. I don't think Ravella had that too good of a season this year compared to what he did last season. But if we did pick a best 11, Esposito comes into the lineup. With Rabiot and Locatelli, we've got Fresneda at right back, Ait Nouri at left back, Hernandez and Bremer. But of course, we've got Caselle on the bench as well, should we need it. So many really good centre midfielders that we've got for options, and our 3 strikers, plus Hugo Duro as well on the bench should we need it. And I think that's quite a nice little combination there that we have, with a couple of youngsters who can also play up top. Right, how have we done with it?
Before you carry on with that, I've got an interesting fact that I found out the other day.
Hit me with it.
I was watching the England game against Italy.
Yeah.
Which was only a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was interesting that one of the commentators actually put it out there and said that Juventus have got the best record for supplying players to the Italian national side since 1924. The best record by far.
Yeah.
That game Thursday evening, they never had a starting player from Juventus, which was the first time since 1994 there wasn't one player from Juventus in the starting lineup for the Italian side.
That is mental.
That
is a mental statistic.
Weird.
I actually heard something because I actually watched the match as well, and I picked something up on that. The Italian teams are doing really well in Europe this year.
Yeah.
I think he said there were 4 players who were Italian in those like starting lineups who were playing in that game.
Yeah.
In the European competitions.
That's right. Yeah. I remember him saying that.
Yeah. A lot of the players for the likes of Napoli and I can't remember who the other ones are who have made it through to the knockout stages, AC Milan possibly. They don't have Italian players at the minute. We're going through a bit of a downward era for Italian football, which is weird considering it was only 18 months ago they lifted the Euros.
Yeah.
I think it's very strange. It's a very weird period for Italian fans.
They got some good little young players coming through, but like you say, the
but
top teams have got foreign players.
They had to persuade that Argentinian
that was the weirdest
striker.
one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was like, I thought, maybe he's a youngster because I've never heard of him.
No.
And that is very rare because when I seen him on the starting lineup, I thought, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And then straight away they mentioned that they had to persuade him from an ex-Argentinian under-19s.
After Argentina just won the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll play for Italy.
Yeah, but he's never going to play for Argentina because he was the top scorer of the Argentinian league. Yeah. But nobody's ever heard of him.
He didn't make the World Cup squad.
He didn't make the World Cup squad. He has been capped for Argentina, but he starts for Italy. And I looked, he's like 25. He's not like young and up and coming.
What a debut as well, really, because everybody loves to play. Well. Everybody loves to play against England, doesn't it? That's like a World Cup final to everybody. Yeah. And a score as well. Yeah. So what a debut game for him as well.
He must have been going, I'm playing against England, right? Please play Harry Maguire. Please play Harry Maguire. Seeing him, they were like, get in, right? At least I'm on the score sheet tonight,
perfect team would have been Eric Dyer playing as well, wouldn't it? And he didn't play.
Give us that lineup, right? And to be fair, Harry Maguire had a huge slip up. Yeah. Gave Italy the ball and then got nutmegged for Matey to score. So yeah, he definitely benefited from it. Right, the results then. Genoa, a 3-0 result to kick things off for the season. Gerson and Callum Mwendu got the goals, but then we lost to Lecce 2-1. Hugo Duro did score. I know. And Federico Chiesa got himself sent off in the 97th minute.
They don't like losing, mate, do they?
No, not at all. We got absolutely done there. Very much got done. Let's take a look at our Champions League fixtures then. Who have we got this season? It's harder. We've got the champions of Europe, Tottenham. Yeah, that's the only time that's ever going to be said again on this channel. Chelsea, Barcelona, Man City, that's some difficult games there. Even Nice can be tricky. Wolfsburg can sometimes be really good.
We're going to do really well to qualify there, aren't we?
It's going to be tricky, especially to finish in the top 8. Yeah. So we'll see. Right, let's simulate this 4th season. And the 4th season, we are champions.
Get in.
Crowned champions. It didn't take us too long, did it? 4 seasons. So we've been without the championship since 2020, 2026 we won it.
Only lost 4 games as well.
82 points, so it's not a high tally.
No.
But we did only lose 4 games. We drew 10. We've done the Arsenal there, haven't we? Where they did the Invincibles. They just drew loads. But we did lose once to Napoli, Lazio, Bologna, and of course Lecce we've seen at the start. But all those draws, what of those could have cost us, to be fair. Yeah. That we were quite lucky, really. Callum Mwendu got 21 goals. Dusan Vlahovic and Hugo Duro was up there for highest average rating. All 3 assists. Very rare you see that. No. But when you do, you know you've probably won the league because you just know you're just scoring so many goals. Let's take a look though. Did we have ourselves some more glory? No. We did get quite far though. Quarterfinals in the Champions League to Liverpool. Tottenham got knocked out. Thank God for that.
Barcelona.
Who went and won it? It was Barcelona. They beat Man City in the final there. In the league phase, we finished in the qualifying stages. So 13th place. We won 4 against Young Boys. That's Red Star, Barcelona and Chelsea. Drew 2 to Tottenham and Nice. And lost to Man City and Wolfsburg. So, yeah, then we went through the playoff.
Losing against Wolfsburg.
I know. We beat Salzburg in the knockout playoff. In the round of 16, we knocked out Arsenal again. They're not enjoying us, are they? Not one bit. And then in the quarterfinal, that's when we come up against Liverpool and lost. In the cup, though, it was a semi-final exit by Inter Milan across 2 legs to 3-2. So it was a 0-0.
I bet they went on and won that after that.
Yeah, only playing Sassuolo as well in the final. They beat them 3-0.
So obviously, it's going to be whoever won out of us and then there's going to be the winners then.
Yeah.
Right?
This is very rare because the top 3 all scored 25 goals and the 4th scored 24.
It's good.
So yeah, that maths is 99. Very good from your top 4 scorers. And Hugo Duro got 24 assists and 25 goals.
That's good.
Very impressive for a striker. Really liking what he is bringing to us, although he's just torn his thigh muscle. He hasn't played since April.
He's wanted by someone.
He is wanted as well. Who is that wanted by? Atletico Madrid. I guess he is Spanish.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has come on leaps and bounds. I really enjoy playing with Hugo Duro. How much money have we got next season? £44 million. So they've had enough of giving us all that £70 million each season.
We won the league.
We won the league. Got Champions League football again. They give us less. Chesney is off. He is leaving, but we haven't played him, obviously, because of Karnaseki.
He's going to the ground where they call hell, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's quite interesting. Let's take another look at the finances. The debt is down to £174 million, so it is coming down. That's about £50 million in 2 seasons there. Okay, 5th season. Right, to start off our summer then, we signed a world-class centre-back, Gonçalo Inácio, from Portugal, from Sporting more specifically. I think he's really talented as well, and I like him. Ball-playing defender, very good vision and passing ability, marks his opponent tightly, he's very quick. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
25 years of age, we signed for £32 million from the Portuguese league. He had a release clause, so I think that's a good deal to get over the line. And then we went a little bit Turkish, Dad. Some Turkish delights. We have one from Fenerbahce here, Arda Güler. This guy is very promising. There's a lot of people talking about Arda Güler in real life because he's only 21 on the game, so he's roughly about 17 in real life.
Yeah.
He is fantastic on the game should you get him at his peak potential range, and that's, I think, what we have managed to do. He has 18 for passing, 17 for vision. He is world class as a number 10.
Yeah.
But we don't have a number 10, but he can play up top, and that's the reason why I went for him. I couldn't resist when I seen he was only 11 million. Bargain. He's already got a goal from us so far in 2 appearances. Not bad at all. Last season he did get 6 and 3 assists from Fenerbahce. And then we also signed this guy, Serhat Iskenderoglu. Nailed it. He is a regen or a new gen. Plays centre-back. He is one for the future, one for you guys on the Patreon. He is only 18 years of age. He has already got 2 caps for Turkey.
Yeah.
He's 6 foot. He has great, fantastic physicals and fantastic mental abilities. I think he's going to be one for the future. I can't see us using him too much this season. £10 million, I thought it was worth bringing him in because I couldn't find a player that would better our first team with £10 million. So just spending it on him because, as you can see, we've only got £12 million left, which I think was after that. We're almost loaned him out, to be fair, Roma, and he rejected the 2 contracts, funny enough. So he was almost playing first team football.
Stay with the champions, doesn't
he wants to stay with us. He wants to fight for his position. So those are the 3 signings. Tactically, we're keeping it very similar to how it is again. We just won the league. Why would we change it? Our best 11 looks like this, and we got very similar to what we have last season. Pretty much exactly the same, but Inácio, I would say, is probably better than Bremer, but they're both left-footed then. That's the problem, Hernandez and Inácio, but I think just let him fight it out, to be fair. We've got 2 or 3 world-class centre-backs then, which I'm happy to play. Okay.
Just a quick thing while I'm looking at that as well. The goalkeeper, first season in, and he wins the league. That's a hell of a signing.
That is not bad at all, is it? Karnaseki, well done. And he's got 4 caps for Italy now, which we know Donnarumma is a world-class goalkeeper, so to get some caps over Donnarumma, you must be doing something right. Schedule-wise, how have we been doing? We've only played 2 games, but we've won both of them. A 4-1 start. Arda Güler got his debut goal there, and then Bologna, we beat 3-0 Chiesa, Duro, Vlahovic. Good start. But then our Champions League fixtures are in, and of course they are just as
Barcelona,
difficult.
Man City again.
The first 3, you're like, oh, give us a break.
Yeah.
Then we got Nice, Newcastle, Porto, Club Brugge, and Lyon.
Well, we've qualified every year so far, so I'd be disappointed if we don't carry on qualifying.
Yeah, top 8, or do you think we're going to have to go through the knockout playoff stage of this?
No, I want to go for the top 8 this time.
Top 8,
yeah.
Okay. We'll see how we do then. Let's simulate this 5th and final season. Final season and we win the league again. 91 points this time
round. Good goal difference again.
Absolutely. 63 goal difference. Only losing 5 games. Napoli, Lazio, Parma, Bologna and Torino, but only drawing 4 this time round. Both Milans we drew against, and Atalanta. Goals-wise, Dusan Vlahovic and Hugo Duro are the top scorers of the league. Dusan Vlahovic takes that trophy, though, and he also gets the highest average rating and the most man of the matches. So he's MVP of the league quite easily there. We don't have the most assists again, which is disappointing, isn't it? But you can win everything, I guess. Karnaseki's up there, though, with the 2nd highest clean sheets. That's the first time we've been in that.
Yeah.
That's a good sign that we've brought in Inácio, we've brought in Karnaseki, and they've kind of secured our defence recently. What I did find interesting this season was Genoa and Sampdoria, who we know have big rivalries, went down share the same stadium as well, went down with only a combined total of 25 points. Which wouldn't even been high as Brescia above them. That's mental, isn't it?
That's awful,
even if they combined as a city in the same stadium, we said, let's put all our forces together, they still would have been relegated by 5 points. Brilliant. Okay, so not a bad season for Juventus, though. Let's take a look. Can we get a Coppa Italia? That's what I'm looking for.
Champions League.
Can we win it? No. Third round, Genoa as well. They're not in the Sour Bloody Cup. Unbelievable. Right, so, I mean, the Super Cup, that's quite important in Italy, I think. We come runners-up, unfortunately. We lost that to Inter Milan, who won the Cup the season before. That's disappointing. And the round of 16,
so we carried on. We qualified, didn't we? So where did we finish in that group?
We were knocked out on penalties as well. It looks like we actually went through the league phase, top 8.
Yeah.
We did. 16 points got us through. We won 5 games there. We beat who we were expected to beat and Barcelona. We drew against Liverpool and we lost to Newcastle and Manchester City. Interesting. We didn't like playing against the English teams in this one, but we only got as far as the round of 16 where Atletico Madrid knocked us out. Disappointing.
Who won it then?
Who went on and won it? It was PSG, which I think is their first. That must be their first one that they've won. Yeah, Barcelona.
No, they won it.
Oh my God, they won it first season.
Yeah.
And Liverpool. Okay. Well, interesting stuff. Wilfred Nontel's at Real Madrid. I like seeing things like that. He played against England the other day. He did very well when he came on.
Yeah.
Good Italian prospect.
He looks in the Premier League. He looks
hard to play against.
Yeah. He just gets that ball and just bang, he goes at you. Then he doesn't care, does he?
No.
So I mean, all the Leeds fans that I know, they're raving about him at the moment. They're praying they're going to keep him next season. But
I remember when he left Inter Milan and went to the Swiss league. Everyone was like, "Hey, what's he doing?" Because on Football Manager, he's always been a wonder kid. Ever since he's been in the game, old enough to be in the game, he's been a wonder kid. And then he leaves and goes to the Swiss league and be like, oh, okay. Maybe like it's just one of those ones where he's just not as good in real life. And then he comes to Leeds and he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Vlahovic.
If they get relegated, I don't think he can stay there, can he?
Definitely not.
So Leeds have got to stay up to keep him.
Definitely. Vlahovic got 30 goals this season with 9 assists. Hugo Duro got 25. Arda Güler came in and got 21. Chiesa got 19. And Callum Muendu, who's played more of his time on the bench, is still getting 13 goals. So you got 5 strikers there.
Yeah.
He was absolutely amazing, really, to have all of that ability for you should you take this on in the Save Game file on Patreon. And yeah, really fantastic. And midfield is quite good as well. I'm wondering where you would have to try and buy a player. Maybe you'd have to go for like a world-class centre midfielder, because you always know Season 6 they give you shitloads of money. 81 million pound, I told you. So maybe you go for a centre midfielder. That will be your option. But let's take a look then financially. Debts and loans, 148 million pounds.
So both from Brady, haven't we?
We've almost halved it.
Yeah.
So from as it was to begin with. So maybe that's something that you guys can take on. But we have won a few things down. We've won 2 league trophies and we have won a UEFA Europa Conference League in our time here at the Bianconeri. What is the task for the Patreon members?
Win the double. League plus one of the cups.
Yeah, definitely. If you can be
European. You got to keep. I think we've got the best team in Italy at this present moment.
Yeah.
So you've got to win the league.
I agree.
And I'd like to see you go on and win 5 leagues.
And a nice little fact about Juventus, which you brought up last year, but you didn't mention it this year, and I don't blame you. They have stars above their badge. They have 3 because they won 30 league trophies.
Yeah.
You are now 1 away from getting that 4th star.
There you go then.
So that is another task. Win 1 more league and you get another star.
So your first season, you've got to win the league. I'll let you get away with not winning the double then.
Yeah.
From season 2 onwards, give me a double.
Get a star on that badge. Right, there we go. The final thing we've obviously got to ask is the Allianz Stadium. It's quite a new stadium. Very nice. I like the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
It's very steeped. I like that. What's the food like?
Yeah.
What's it like at the ground? What do they serve? Give us all the information you can. Maybe you visit it on a European night, or you're Italian, you've gone to away day, or you're from Turin and you go and support Juventus. Let us know in the comments section. That'll be down there with the replies as well as me. And yeah, we'll see you next Monday. Keep all your responses coming in the comments section. We love to see them. All your or you want to see stuff like that. Yeah, no stupid Bath City, or do my Romanian 5th tier team. Like, come on, give us a chance. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next Monday with another one. Bye bye. Now, before everybody jumps in the comments, no, Napoli don't need rebuilding.
Oh, I did think that when you told me it was going to be Napoli.
But we don't do this just on teams that need to be rebuilt. We like to find funny stories, don't we? Or just have a little bit of fun. Yeah. And I think one of the most entertaining teams in the world to watch right now is Napoli. And I'd quite like to use them in Football Manager.
But I'm going to make it a little bit harder for you. Because of where Napoli are and how well they're doing, I'm not going to accept for anything less than winning the European Cup.
Bloody hell, that's...
Forget the league.
All right,
because I think we should win the league.
Okay, well, they've won in their past.
They've won one. Only the one.
1989, of course. Yeah, Diego Maradona was there.
They beat Stuttgart, didn't they?
Yeah.
5-2 on aggregate, 5-3.
Yeah.
But you know, when I looked it up as well, I was surprised who used to play for them.
Yeah.
Klinsmann.
What, Stuttgart, yeah.
He actually scored a goal in the second leg, which they drew 3 each.
Yeah.
So it was 5-3 on aggregate. And they won 2-1. It was 5-4 on aggregate. I'll get it right in a minute.
Yeah, nearly.
They won the first leg for 2-1, which Maradona scored the very first goal.
Okay.
Penalty.
So, obviously, a club with quite a lot of history, but not a lot of... It's weird, isn't it? They're almost famous because they have Maradona in that spell.
When you look through their history of winning things, Maradona.
Yeah.
One-man team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they have had, like, amazing players.
Yeah.
And recently as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like, they've built some quality teams. The likes of Cavani obviously played there quite recently, who obviously I love because of his Man United spell. But now I think they've built one of the best teams in Europe and one of the most exciting teams in Europe. And I actually think this is probably one of the best run clubs in Europe right now. I mean, the deals that they've been doing recently and bringing in, it's smart.
I think
really
they
smart.
had to do that, though, because over the years they've
a lot of money troubles.
They've had a lot of money trouble.
Yeah.
They've actually folded once, and a film star, if I remember rightly, an Italian film star came in and bought them. They had to change the name for one season, and they got reallocated into the league. And then the second season they
could change it back.
Yeah.
Maybe they changed it to Parthenop, and that's why Football Manager has had to name them Parthenop and not Napoli. But obviously we've used the name change. So I mentioned some of their players. We'll take a look at them. But there are a couple of transfers that they have coming up. One of them, though, I made myself. So this is the only signing that I made this summer, but he doesn't join us this summer. Parisi, who is a left back, really good on the game, good potential. It's a position that they have 2 really good players there already.
Yeah.
But one of them is about to turn 30 or have already just turned 30. So it's maybe something that I need to look forward to in the future.
Well, in the 5 years that we're going to be, he probably will leave us.
Exactly. So, but what they have done is they've brought in Raspadori, who is a phenomenal young Italian striker who can also play attack in midfield. They've got him on a loan to buy, which is a permanent deal. If that's actually what they are only paying, Sassuolo's been robbed because he's quality, and £21 million is dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So that's all that they have got in, but their squad already, Dad, is amazing, and I love it. We've seen in the World Cup quite a lot of these players pop up. One of them was Kim Min-jae for South Korea. One of the best centre-backs so far in Europe across the leagues. He's been amazing. They bought him for really cheap, and then by like a couple of months after he joined, everybody's like, oh, he's really good. Maybe we can pinch him off him in January. And there was so many reports of him leaving, so he's really good. Then obviously you look at midfield. They've brought in Zambo Anguissa from Fulham, turned a championship player into a really good centre midfielder. Yeah. He's absolutely fantastic, and they've always had some really good centre midfielders, to be fair. But I think obviously their highlight that they brought in this year was Kvaradona, the Georgian wonder kid. I don't know how to say his first name, but I believe it's Kvaratskhelia is how you say his last name. Kvaratskhelia. He plays on the left-hand side. He is amazing to watch. He's so entertaining. He's like one of these really tricky wingers that, I mean, you can see he's got 19 flair there and great agility. You don't know what direction he's going to go because he's quite good on both feet. Yeah. He's scored some goals. He's got loads of assists so far, and he's only 21. And he is absolutely blown away the Serie A and Europe, because I think he scored quite a few goals. I think a couple against Liverpool as well. Yeah. He set a couple up for his strike partner, which we'll talk about in a sec. But they only signed him for £8.5 million. Now, he was originally at Rubin Kazan, but he had to leave because of the Russian war with Ukraine. Yeah. So he moved to Georgia for £7 million, and then straight away after 11 games, moved to Napoli. So in those 11 games, he scored 8.
Yeah.
So he is incredible, and I haven't really used him that much in this year's Football Manager. So it's a nice little treat for me to use Kvaratskhelia or Kvaradona, however you like to call him, because that's what they are calling him. His strike partner, though, is one of my favourite players on the game, Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian centre striker. He is so fast, very good off the ball. He is probably that striker that I would say like Erling Haaland was last year, where you're like, he's bound to move.
Yeah.
He's got to move, surely.
Yeah.
But if Napoli start doing too well, he won't need to move.
No, definitely.
Because obviously they're walking the league right now. I watched them recently absolutely dismantle Juventus. I think it's 5-1. And it was like Juventus was one of the relegation teams in Serie A. They absolutely destroyed them. And Victor Osimhen, I think, scored a hat-trick.
And they had 15 points deducted from them as well, Juventus, this season?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think they have this season.
Yeah.
I think they had it done.
I mean, a lot of people were saying you need to rebuild Juve soon. We did that last year, and I don't really like them that much as a club because of obviously all the trouble that they had in the 2000s, and I really wanted to do Napoli. So when Dad was like, oh, who are you going to do? I was thinking in my head, I probably have to do Juve, and then I just thought, I don't want you to do Juve. I'm going to do Napoli instead. I like their team. I love their players. This is going to be a fun one, guys. All right, so let's take a look at the tactic then, because what we are going to use is going to be hard to get all the players that I want involved. But we've got a shadow striker and we've got an advanced forward. That inside forward is going to be for Kvaradona, of course. They've got a couple of good players who can play as a winger here. They've got Hervin Lozano, who used to be a Foot Manager Wonder Kid back in the day. Still quite young, to be honest. Still 27. So, but it's because he's been around for so long. I think he's older than that. He's not. And they've also got the likes of Elmas, who can play there, and Politano, who I think is a little bit older now, but he's always quite good on the game. So the shadow strike role is kind of where I'm looking at Zielinski or Raspadori. So playing one of those two in there. They've also got Yorme and Ndombele still at the club with an option to buy as well. Not quite sure whether I'll do that. And then they've got two centre midfielders that I really like, and I'm going to try with Segundo Volantes. So we've got Anguissa, and they got Lobotka and Zielinski as well, who obviously we mentioned there can play that shadow striker role probably better than what he can play deeper, but he can play in the deeper role should we need him to. Wing-backs, ball-playing defenders, sweeper-keeper, all of that good stuff. It's kind of a custom vertical tiki-taka style, but we're going very attacking because, we've got the players to do it. So let's take a look at the schedule then and see how we started off. We started off with a 4-0 loss to Lazio. Yeah, they got Churro Mobile, who obviously is overpowered on this game. He really is. But then we turned that around and won 5-0 against Sampdoria. So I'm like, is this tactic good or not? I don't know.
You concede 4 goals and don't score any. Then you score 9 goals and don't concede any.
Yeah, because Victor Osimhen got 4 himself against Sampdoria, and then Spezia, we beat them 4-0. And obviously those two teams are going to be scrapping out down the bottom. Lazio, we're probably going to be challenging for that top 4. Yeah. Sometimes they even win the league. So it's going to be difficult to see whether this tactic works or not. We could be looking at first season sacking. Who knows? Champions League group. No, Liverpool and Real Madrid. Obviously, they pulled Liverpool in the Champions League this year and kind of embarrassed them. Yeah, really, didn't they? It was a shocking defeat when it first happened, because that was when at the start of the season where Napoli were like, oh, Napoli could be quite good this year, and then they were like, oh, they are good.
And we were all thinking that Liverpool were going to give them a good hammering, weren't we?
Yeah,
bang opposite, wasn't it?
Absolutely the opposite. So that's going to be a challenge for us as well. So you mentioned we should be winning European trophy at some point during this 5-year rebuild.
Europa League first season.
Europa League could be on the cards. Right, okay. We'll simulate this first season then and see how we do. Okay, first season. We finished in second place.
I'll take that. So.
Yeah. Inter Milan kind of ran away with it. They've done really well. They're 86 points
as well. Yeah, 9 points.
It's tough. So we were kind of like second by some distance as well. 5th place. We're kind of in a league of our own there, really. Yeah. Lazio, who we mentioned, were good. They finished in 3rd, and Juve scrapped on to 4th. Champions Milan, all the way down in 6th place there, 64 points. Some way off, obviously, where they were last season, or this season, if you look at it.
When you really look at the top 9 teams, you would expect them to be there, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's usually your top 9. And then there's obviously, I mean, I genuinely think the Serie A does have like the biggest spread of really good teams. And I think like now the Juve era is over, I think we'll see a couple of different winners.
Hopefully.
I'd like to, because obviously if Napoli do win it, which it does look like they could do this year, that'll be 3 on the bounce where it's different winners. Yeah. That makes it more entertaining, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of, I think Juve won it like 9 seasons in a row.
Something like that,
yeah, something boring. Osimhen got 26 goals. Hard, really, to win Golden Boot when you're in the league with Ciro Immobile, but he still got the highest average rating. And we also have the joint second man of matches there. But we had the most clean sheets with Alex Murray in goal, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
What about other competitions, though? Did we win a Coppa Italia? Did we win the Europa League? Or did we manage to actually qualify for our Champions League group? Let's take a look. Oh, we did go into the Europa League. We're runners-up of the Coppa Italia.
Ooh,
and we finished in the semi-final.
Lost in the semi-final.
Yeah, against the greatest team ever, Manchester United. 1-0 across 2 legs as well. Very
English
tight.
teams there, look.
Yeah, United beat Chelsea there in the final. Hey, United might do it this year.
Going back to our European group here, though, the Champions League group.
Yeah.
Have I seen right? We still finished on 9 points.
We did.
We nearly done it.
We nearly did it. So what's really unfortunate about that group then is we won 3 games. We beat Real Madrid at home 2-1. We lose them away, but is it our goal difference? Yeah. So, or is it head-to-head in Champions League? I can't remember whether they've changed it or not, or whether it's going to change.
Either or either, really, because it was 3-0 one and 3-1
Yeah, so even head-to-head, it would have been higher. We lost both games against Liverpool. Tough one at home there, 3-4. Loss, but we beat obviously Strungrats both times. You would hope, really, I mean, if it was goal difference, we ruined our chances there with just a 1-0 home win. Oh, SK Sturm. So the Coppa Italia, we got to the final. Who did we face in that final? It was Inter Milan, who've dominated Italy so far this year.
Really.
1-0 against them.
Talking about the Coppa Italia as well. When we won it in 1962, which was the first time we won that cup game, we were actually in Serie B.
Oh, wow, so they won it from the second division. Nice.
First team to ever do that from the Serie B.
Yeah.
They won the league that season as well, but they also won the Coppa Italia. Yeah.
Well, that's impressive. I like it when you see that. There's not many teams that manage to do that today, so when they pull it off, that's fantastic. We'll take a look then. Who did win the Champions League this year? It was Manchester City. They beat Bayern in the final. Erling Haaland scored 15 goals across the competition. We'll take a look at the goals. Who scored what? We obviously know Victor Osimhen probably scored quite a fair few. So he got 33. That 22 is a guy that's out on loans. We can't count on him. But Zielinski, who looks like he played majority of games in that shadow striker role, 13 there. And Kvaratskhelia got 10 with 10 assists. I'd expect a little bit more than that. He had a good average rating. And Herman Lozano got 13 assists, which is quite impressive there. So, okay, what about transfers then? We have been given £36 million. It's a lot of money in some leagues. Yeah. Sometimes you can make use of that in the Serie A.
I think it's lucky, really, we've got a good squad. So you're adding to the squad, really. So you're buying squad players, really. You're not going to go out and buy, your Erling Haaland, are you?
No.
That type of money.
And age-wise, we're looking quite good, really. We've got a couple of players who will be Mario Rui, that's the left-back I mentioned there. And the centre-back, we've kind of been using Juan Jesus, is 32, sorry. So we've got a few players who are coming to the end of their career, but it's not like we need to immediately to replace them. So, yeah, as you say, we should be fine. And we've got a couple of players who are on loan deals that are obviously going to be joining permanently. Raspadori and Ndombele, we're not going to be signing him, I don't think, because I don't think he really has made that much of an impact for us. If you look, it's going to cost us £28 million for a player that's a squad player, really. So I don't really think we will be bringing him in. So we'll go forward to the second season and see who we do bring in. Now, to start things off, I know our goalkeeper did keep the most clean sheets in the league. But when Altay Bayindir came up as a free transfer at 25, and he looks better attribute-wise, I couldn't turn it down.
Good young keeper, isn't it?
Yeah, he's 6'6" as well. He's a bit of a powerhouse. I like the look of him a lot. As a free transfer with not that much wages, and he does come in as our non-EU player this year. Remember, there's that rule, and we screwed it up many a times. Hopefully, we don't screw up many times this time round.
No, I mean, for a free signing, you can't afford to turn someone like that down.
No, he's way too good. That handling, one-on-ones, reflexes alone is good enough. But when you look at the things that are like 14s, like kicking and passing, he's got good distribution. Yeah, he's a fantastic goalkeeper on this game. So he will definitely improve our lineup. He's not the only free transfer we brought in, though, because another one that we got was a Benfica right midfielder or left midfielder, but I'm going to use him on the right, and he's going to be backup for Kvaratskhelia, is Enrique Pereira, 21 years of age. I've seen this guy turn into a monster in my Union Berlin save. In my Toulouse save, sorry. He was a beast at Monaco. So I know he has a good potential, and if he reaches that, He is insane. Might not get the game time here, but as a good backup, you can't ask for much more as a free transfer. He's only 21 from Benfica. He's got good value. Again, not a lot of wages.
Oh, that's cheap as chips, isn't it?
That's it. We're not going to have the highest amount of wages in this league, and we're not going to have the money that Inter Milan and AC Milan can offer at this point anyway, until we start getting like late stage of Champions League money where our board is going to allow us to do that. However, we did spend a little bit. So let's take a look. From the bottom, Matteo Pessina from Atalanta. I was quite shocked really when I seen this guy on the transfer list, because he's kind of like a master of like nothing, but he's just good at everything.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really have a weakness.
Cool story with Atalanta.
Yeah, with Atalanta, yeah.
Yeah. Second time we won the league in 1989-19 season. We won it by 2 points over Milan.
Yeah.
But halfway through the season, we were awarded 2 points against a game against Atlanta because one of their fans threw a coin and hit one of our players in the head. So they gave us the points.
Wow.
We won the league by 2 points.
What was it, a draw and then...
I think going back to them, it was 2 points per win. So whether it finished up as a draw or no, I don't know. But the league gave us the 2 points for winning. And we actually won the league by 2 points. Or because a fan threw a coin.
That was the era as well where obviously the Serie A was at its peak, and you think, we've mentioned it a few times, that late 80s to early 90s era where AC Milan
was there then. So that was the second time he won the league.
AC Milan's team, they had the 3 Dutch players. They had Baresi at centre-back, an unbelievable side. So
I bet they weren't very happy really by losing it by that. Really.
Definitely not. They had, by that time as well, 3-time Ballon d'Or winner, Van Basten.
What a player.
Yeah. So I seen a thing where it was like, name a player who you'd love to have seen their career without a major injury. And everybody was always like, Ronaldo, R9. For me, I think Van Basten. Because he retired at like 27, 28. And he had won 3 Ballon d'Ors already. So I think that's like...
Another player I'd like to have seen a bit more of, and it's because, especially in Europe, this year he was against the good teams, was Bergkamp.
Yeah.
He very rarely played away from England because he was
didn't
scared
like
of
flying.
flying.
You got to get boats everywhere.
Yeah, so if he couldn't go by ferry, he won't go in.
So anyway, Matteo Pessina, we've brought him in, 26. Again, like he's Italian. He was on loan to Monza last year, so he played quite a lot of games in the Serie A. And considering Monza aren't the best Serie A team, to get 8 goals and 3 assists with 3 player of the matches from midfield, I was quite pleased with that. So £7.75 million, not a lot of money to bring in a very good squad player. Baresi, who we mentioned earlier, the left back, he has come in. But at the back, Caleb Okoli. Now, Napoli want us on their club vision to sign young players for the first team. And they were disappointed I didn't do that in the first year, but obviously I only made one signing and he didn't actually join us. So this is that signing. He is Italian/Nigerian, but obviously he has come through an Italian club in Vicenza, then Atalanta. He's been around. We've bought him from Atalanta, so another player from Atalanta, £18.75 million as a centre-back. He's very good.
As a centre-back, played one, scored one.
Yeah. Can't argue with that. He is 6'2". He's not the best like on the board, but we don't really need him to do that. You got Kim Min-jae, and he just plays simple passes, so he's not going to do anything complicated. So I quite like him, to be fair. He's one of the good. There's so many good Italian centre backs that are about to come through. I think we're going to be in another era of Italian football.
The Italians that bring their kids up as defenders, they were English people bring their kids up as bringing strikers, didn't they? Go out and score the goals. And Italia is like, you just stay there.
Yeah, they got Scalvini, the likes of Scalvini there as well. There's a few. Vitti, who's gone to France. So the last signing obviously is Raspadori, who has come from Sassuolo. Again, the player that we already knew. So that's £16 million in total, but really I didn't spend 30 something of it this season. It was the Okoli and Pessina deal is the only bits of money that I actually spent, with a couple of free transfers. So I don't think we need to make much changes to the tactic, because it was performing well. We were overrun.
Unlucky. A bit unlucky, I think. With a draw, with a European draw.
We got semi-final of one competition, a final of the cup competition. Now all we've done, we haven't really lost any first team players. We've just added to it. And I kind of want to see Okoli and Pereira play as many games as possible. So I'm going to nail them in for as many games as possible that they can play this season. So let's take a look at the schedule then. How have we started off? We've only played one game. It's against Fiorentina. It was a 2-0 win. Okoli and Victor Osimhen. Good start. Can't argue with that. Now, our Champions League group, the last time we're going to play Champions League before it goes into the weird league format. We get Real Madrid again. And we get Porto. But I would like to think that we can overcome Porto.
We're going through that.
And we should go through. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, let's find out then. We'll see you in the second season. Second season and we win the title.
7
Let's
points.
go.
Happy
So that was that.
To second as well.
The first, yeah, that's amazing, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? How far off Inter Milan dropped off down to
Yeah.
5th. It's like if you win the league, you only get Europa League next year.
Yeah.
That must be the first time in nearly 30 years?
Yeah, I think it is.
Or 30 years? It
Yeah.
could be 30 years. So the last time we won it, 1990, 34 years. That is outstanding. Good stuff. We won it by a mile as well. We can see they're only losing 6 games in total, both against Atalanta. We lost them 4-0 at one point.
They're going to be gutted with that, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Victor Osimhen scored 35, so he is now the top scorer. He also had the highest average rating. Raspadori coming in there with a lot of assists, so that's great. Now, the other competitions, I don't think we're going to... No. So, Inter Milan knocked us out of the quarterfinal by Lazio, but we won the league. Step one.
Getting knocked out of the Champions League by another Italian side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I hate that.
So step one is complete. So Real Madrid went through with us, as we can see there. We lost 6-4 on aggregate,
Yeah.
so it was a very entertaining tie there. In the round of 16, we played Bayern Munich, and we beat them. And we were the second seed from that, because obviously it looks like we played... Real Madrid was on this side of the draw, which means they topped the group. We finished in second, so we played on this side of the group. And the final was played out by Real Madrid and Liverpool again at Wembley.
There's always going to be one winner between them two teams,
Yeah,
isn't it?
and Real Madrid won after extra time, 4-1 though. Okay, so that's not bad then. Let's take a look and see how many Osimhen scored across the whole season, because I dare say he's probably our top scorer. 41. That's not bad because he only played 41 games in total.
Brilliant.
With 6 assists. Lovely.
Just going back on that Real Madrid-Liverpool game.
Yeah.
They played it at Wembley.
Yeah.
At least the Liverpool fans got into the game that time, didn't they?
Yeah.
So.
Awkward. Raspadori, he scored 15 goals and 13 assists. And then we also have Pacina coming up there with 8 and 11. Zielinski, 8 and 13. He's playing quite a lot in that shadow striker role. Kvaratskhelia, though, 7 goals and 9 assists. And it doesn't look like our assistant manager favoured him that much, because he is only playing 25 starts. And he's wanted by Barcelona, which is... Do you know when, like, you see a player and you think destined to go to a club?
Yeah.
I look at him in real life and I think destined to go to Barcelona. Yeah. So we'll see. And it's like Victor Osimhen, I think destined to be at Real Madrid. One of those things. I just see those types of players and I think you're gonna go there. Like Mbappe destined to go United with his Qatari bid. No, I see the reports. Obviously, he posted about Man United the other day, which was a bit strange, but it's obviously because Qatar, who owns PSG, as we're recording this on the day, have officially put a bid in to buy United, and then it makes it very easy if he ever wants to go to the Premier League then, doesn't it? So you just don't know, do you?
But isn't there a law that they can't play each other in a European competition then?
No. So UEFA have already said they can go ahead because it's... So basically, Qatar have like a sports investment fund, which own PSG, but the bid that's going in for United is above that in just the Qatar fund. So it's not the sports fund. So what they're saying, it's 2 different entities.
Paperwork,
but the boss of each one is the same person.
Yeah.
So
paperwork.
It's the same thing as Red Bull.
Yeah.
Which has obviously always been controversial. Okay, then let's take a look. Then in the transfer market, we've got only £36 million to spend next season. It's not a lot. It's not a lot because that's like not even one player, really, is it? Like, you're looking at an elite player. It's more 50,
you're trying to do what you're doing, and you're trying to improve the squad really by. I mean, we won the league this year.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Okay, we'll go forward. 3rd season. Who do we bring in? Now, we do have to be a little bit coy in the transfer market. So I brought in Kelechi Iheanacho, who I think is actually really good.
Yeah.
Free transfer again.
That's good.
Yeah, that is a really good free transfer.
Not a bad player, actually, is he?
No, I really like him. I think Leicester, sometimes they use incorrectly. I was really shocked when he went to Leicester from Man City because I thought he'd be like the next, when Sergio Aguero did leave, I thought he'd be the replacement for him, but obviously they didn't see that, or Pep didn't see that, so he left. But I quite like him, to be fair. As a free transfer, we'll definitely take that. So he didn't play that much at all the last couple of seasons at Leicester, so that's obviously the reason why he wanted to leave. Bringing him in, he's going to be a bit part player. Now the big signing is Zaniolo, who made a weird move. Now this is like a guy who's quite young still, and in real life he is good. Football Manager always rate him really highly. He's made a strange move. He's gone to Turkey in the January transfer to Galatasaray. So
he's obviously fell out with the
with Jose.
And he's obviously fell out with him.
Yeah.
When you fall out with Jose, you're gone, aren't you?
Yeah, because I thought, like, when they mentioned that he could be on the move, there was talks of him going to the Premier League and stuff like that. No, he moved to Galatasaray, and I think it's really strange. But anyway, we've bought him here, 25 years of age, so really good player. £30 million is a lot. Now, originally, the board tried blocking the move for Zaniolo because of the rivalry that Napoli and Roma have.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So that was one thing that they said, but I said, no, let's sign him because he'll be crucial for us next season. He scored 12 goals last season for them. He's a quality player. £30 million. He's going to really improve our side, and he's obviously Italian, which is a big point for the league registration, because I fear for signing anybody who's not Italian, because I don't know whether I'll get it wrong. Like, as soon as I seen Iheanacho as a free transfer, I offered him a contract, and then I seen that he was a non-EU, reminded me, and I was like, oh god. But it's not the worst thing if he can't sign, but you know, spending £30 million on a player and they can't be used is devastating. So the other signing that we made was again from another Italian club, Moise Kean. He's had a weird career because he started off fantastic at Juve and obviously went to PSG, moved to Everton, really strange. Never really lived up to the hype. Again, Football Manager always rate him quite highly. They still see something in him. But even on the game now, like they only give him 2.5 stars, even though his attributes are quite high. He doesn't play that many games. £7 million though as that type of squad player. I can't turn that down. I think that's really good. And his wages are so low as well. So we'll see. Sometimes I've seen him like develop into an absolute beast, and sometimes I just see him never get used. We'll see what happens here. Again, tactically, don't really need to change it. So I think I've found a really nice style for Napoli and the players that we have right now, but I do want Kvaratskhelia. I want him playing every single game. I want to make use of him on that left-hand side. He is destined for this role. He's fantastic in this role. Let's use him as many times as possible and see what we can get out of him. Playing in this inside forward role on attack. Again, in the Serie A, we don't play that many games, but it was a good start. 4-0 against Fiorentina, who we played the first game last season. Raspadori getting the first, Osimhen getting 2, and Anguissa. And then Empoli, where Victor Osimhen scored all 4 goals. So he is a goal machine, isn't he? Our Champions League fixtures have now gone into the new format. So if we remove everything else and take a look, we've got some tough ones, but we've also got quite a few of those games where it's like easy wins. So
what, the Man United game?
Funny. Barcelona, City, and Man United. Those are going to be the ones that, you know, if you get points out of it, it's a bargain. But I think if we do manage to beat Sociedad, Nordsjælland, Young Boys, and the other 2 there, we should go for it.
Seeing the Man United and Barcelona teams there, we watched that game last night. What an entertaining game that was, wasn't it?
Very entertaining game.
So that was a good advert for the European football, really.
And by the time this comes out, the second leg would have already been played.
Football?
Yeah. The second leg would have already been played.
Right, so that's a little thing then, isn't it? What do we think the result will be?
I can't see it. If we perform like we did last night with Lissandro Martinez, we should be going through.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
Are they going to see it?
Go on then. What do you reckon the score will be?
I think we'll beat them 3-1 at home.
3-1?
Yeah.
2-0.
2-0
Man United.
at home?
Yeah. I don't think Barcelona... They shouldn't have scored against you there last night. So.
No. I can't wait to see these comments. We get battered 4-0.
That'd be interesting.
Hilarious. All right, okay. But also, I do think they should have had a red card.
Yeah. You were saying that earlier.
They should have had a red card, because VAR is supposed to stop things like that. They're supposed to pull that up and go, oh, can you check that? We think that's a red card.
Talking about
if it's not a penalty,
the run
foul,
from Rashford when he got brought down, nothing was given.
If it's not a penalty and the contact starts on the outside, so they're saying no, it's not given as a penalty, then it's a foul and a red card then, because he's about to have a shot on goal, and it's a last man. So
I think VAR has just gone with it because the referee hasn't given anything. And it wasn't a penalty. I think that's why they haven't interfered. But like you're saying, because it's a red card, maybe they should have
intervened. But yeah, Eric Ten Hag was right. Like he said, that doesn't affect just that match. It affects the second leg. Yeah. If it gets a straight red, I don't know whether it's 2 games ban or 1 game's ban. If it is 2 games, then it affects if Barcelona go through the next team that they play. Yeah. So it's very bad officiating. We're seeing it time and time again right now. And
the Premier League was awful last weekend.
Oh, it's just getting highlighted as it's getting worse. Yeah. And it's got to the point where it's like, how do we stop this from being worse? VAR was brought in to make things better, and it's just highlighting how bad it actually is now.
I was watching the game. I think it's the Villa game with they put the blue line for the offside on the wrong player.
Yeah.
And even when they've done it, I even said to your mum, they've put the blue line on the wrong player. I'm sure they have.
Ridiculous.
And for it to come out then, and you got, when you see the picture of who's on VAR, they show it on the screen, don't they? On VAR this week there's 4 people in that stadium.
How do they all get it wrong?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you think, Christ almighty, someone's got to think, hang on a minute, there's a player behind him.
Yeah.
So awful.
You think
awful
that
this week?
They're so they're absolute numpties that you'd think you should be put in. It gets to the point where I'd be like, right, let's make this to the point where we put an official from each team in there.
Yeah.
Because then they can be like, whoa. You'd be fighting your corner, wouldn't you?
What about putting an ex-professional in there?
Yeah. Who actually knows the game, played the game.
That's right. Sometimes I think that's all you need. Someone who's actually played the game to be involved with refereeing.
Yeah.
He hasn't got to be a referee, just to be involved with it.
And make the rules simpler.
Oh.
The handball rule is a joke. If it's one phase of play, it is handball. If it's up in the air, sometimes it doesn't count as handball. You can volley it at the round.
My
It's
worst
fine.
one is the offside rule.
Yeah.
It should
be daylight between
the 2 players. Level in my book is always onside.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, you could have one player leaning that way, one player leaning this way. They're level.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're level. There's no gap between them. They're level.
The biggest myth in football is the advantage always goes to the attacking team. Yeah. Never seen that happen. Never seen that happen. Not in Sunday League, because normally you got their linesman.
Yeah.
I'm stood miles onside and he's flagged me. I'm like, who are you flagging, mate? Because there's no way I'm offside. That's the biggest joke in football. Right, so that's our Champions League fixtures. I'd like to think we should be able to go through, if not on the top 8 where you automatically qualify, definitely in the qualifying playoff.
We don't go through.
Yeah, I agree. Right, okay then, we'll simulate the 3rd season and see how we do. There we go. We retained it. Only just.
Ooh.
I mean, our goal difference is miles ahead of Juve, but we had to play a playoff. And we beat them 1-0 in said playoff to lift the trophy.
Get in.
And Victor Osimhen scored it. In a game we dominated, by the way, 29 shots.
Yeah.
14 on target. Szczesny had the game of his life, by the way. He saved 13 shots. That's insane. But we did manage to do it. Zielinski there getting man of the match, creating 2 clear-cut chances. Yeah, what a way to win it.
Yeah.
That's insane. Right, okay, let's take a look at the league table then. Obviously, on the same points as Juve. They lost their last game, which I think would have been the playoff anyway, so I don't think that's like the actual league.
Was, yeah.
Right, okay, so Victor Osimhen got 28 goals, Chiro Immobile got 32, but we got 2 players there. Raspadori is in there with the average rating. Zielinski with the joint highest assists, and Victor Osimhen with 8 man of the matches. And Bayindia, I mean, Szczesny's done really well to get 21 clean sheets in 38 games. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Over 50% of your games, you're getting a clean sheet, and you still didn't win the league.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Looking at the league table there, then, out of the teams that's there, how high would you say Napoli are as being the best supported team in the league?
Best supported?
Yeah, so I want to tell you now, they're not first. They're not the highest supported team in the league.
I would have said 3rd.
4th in the league, they are.
4th
best support.
Right.
I reckon 13% of the Italians support Napoli.
Right, okay.
In 2004, they were in Serie C.
Yeah.
Because they got relegated from money problems again and all that. And I think that's when the film
saved them.
Come in and saved them. They had an average crowd of 51,000.
Bloody hell.
In the Serie C.
Yeah. That's mental, isn't it?
But yeah, they are the 4th biggest team in
supported.
Italy,
yeah. So who would be top then? Would you say if you didn't see it?
I would say it's Juventus.
Really? I don't know.
Or one of the Milan. What do you reckon? One of the Milan?
Well, I think it could be Roma.
Yeah.
As a capital.
Yeah. Could be.
As a capital, I think you usually find. I mean, it's not the case
We'll
in.
put it out to our friends and you Italian friends, tell us who's the highest supported team in Italy.
Yeah, I mean, I know obviously in our country it's not a capital. Just United is just like blows it out of the water because of the global phenomenon that they've become. But I think in most countries you'd find the capital club would be the most supported.
Tell you another thing I was surprised as well, which I was watching the Spurs-Milan game the other night, and it looks like the Milan teams are going to split up the stadiums, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, surprised with that.
Very old stadium now. It does need doing, doesn't it? But it looks like they're just going to build a new one. But they've shared that for a long time too.
Yeah.
I always find it weird because, like, obviously they can't agree on a colour for the stadium, so they just put green seats in and stuff like that. It's really funny to me. Our stadium, though, looks a little bit run down.
Well, we've been in that stadium since 1959, I think it is. Yeah, 1959 it was built. So we've had it since then, and obviously they changed the name in 2020.
Yeah.
With Diego, obviously,
when he
passing
passed.
away. Yeah, so they renamed the stadium then.
Yeah.
But it's not a nice looking stadium. But
it's a good job they always have nice kits. Although they have the wildest kits, because every year they do seasonal kits and they put like reindeer's faces on their kits and stuff like that, and just try and make an extra buck.
When they were formed, which was in 1926, they were actually in 1905. I think they were actually made properly as a team. If I said to you they were called a sporting team, a sporting football and cricket team, who would you say formed them then? Nationality, football and cricket. Come on.
Oh, England then.
2 English sailors it was got together with 2 Italians, and they made a team in that area.
Yeah.
Because as we know, Napoli is a
Naples.
Naples is a ported village or town. So they actually formed a team, and it was like teams in that area all got together and made one team then, and they become then the Napoli team.
Yeah.
And formed in 1926. They were actually made properly as the one team. But yeah, and that's where the kit colour come from. Each of the teams that they amalgamated from. Yeah. One was white, one was winning blue.
Yeah.
And another one were the darker blue, I think it was.
Right.
And that's where the colours of the kit actually come from.
Yeah.
Going back to the stadium again, Italian 90, the World Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously Maradona
was
playing for Napoli then still. They played the semi-final at that stadium, Italy versus Argentina.
Yeah. I've heard a story about this.
Maradona came out and actually asked the fans of that area to support Argentina.
Yeah.
And they weren't very happy about it.
No.
But it was the only stadium. Argentina must have played a few of their games at that stadium, but it was the only stadium the Argentinian team didn't, with their national anthem, didn't get booed.
Right, okay, yeah.
Because of him, really.
Yeah.
But right after the game, the Italian Federation dope test Maradona, didn't they?
Yeah, and caught him.
And he fell for cocaine, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he was
Diego? That doesn't sound like him.
He was banned then for 15 months, so he never played for Napoli again.
No.
And he come out, and so did the fans come out and said that was in retaliation of Maradona asking the fans to support Argentina rather than...
And he didn't learn from his lesson, did he? No. Because in 1994, what happened again?
Done again.
Done again. He got sent home early.
Yeah.
And he looked terrible in that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did,
when he runs over to the camera and you can literally see, there's like a still photo, you'd be like, you didn't even have to do the test, either. Like, just send him home now. He's clearly on drugs. So there we go.
I mean, it's a shame, really, because what a player. I mean, he dismantled England on that the 2 goals that he scored against us.
Yeah.
All right, one was the handball one, which I
can never forgive him for as an Englishman.
No, I mean, you talk to Peter Shilton about it, and he would kill him still.
Yeah.
I think, even though he's dead, he'd still kill him. Pull him his grave and kill him again.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that second goal, what a goal that was.
Yeah.
You know, you deserve to win any game scoring a goal like that.
Yeah, I agree. But also, like, I've seen there's like a really good Amazon Prime series on him where it's like created, not like a documentary series, but like there's actors who play him, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It's voiceovered, so it's like it was originally done in Spanish, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is Spanish, and then obviously it's dubbed in English. But I found it so entertaining just to find out bits of his career and stuff, like with the famous people he was hanging around and stuff like that, and obviously when he went to different clubs and that fighting against Bilbao for Barcelona. Very interesting career, and obviously
I mean that's where he
kind of hampered.
They paid 12 million for him, which was
a surprise because at the time they were a relegation club.
Oh yeah, they definitely I
think they just missed out transfer.
Just missed out on being relegated when they bought him, and then
he turned the club around.
He's never a one-man team.
No.
But you look at when they won their titles and in their cups and all that. He was
involved.
There. The minute he leaves.
Yeah, back down again.
Yeah, and then we take over.
Exactly. And how do we do in other competitions? We won the Coppa Italia.
So we've done the double.
We did. We got to the semi-final of the Champions League as well. All right, so we'll take a look at the Coppa Italia. We beat Atalanta in the final 2-1. They are not enjoying playing us, are they?
No.
So that's a great result for us. But in the semi-final against Manchester City, we lost 4-2 on aggregate. Liverpool got tonked by PSG, by the way. And that final was then won by Man City, so they've won 2 now. 2 in 3 years. We beat Chelsea in the quarters. In the round of 16, we beat Juve and knocked them out, which is quite hilarious to be fair. Did we play in the knockout playoff? No. So we finished in the top 8 of the league phase, which is fantastic for us. In 5th place, we won 6 of our 8 games, beating Man City in one of them.
Same in it.
Yeah, we drew to Barcelona, and of course we lost to Manchester United, who we have yet to beat in this save. Okay, so goals-wise, we'll quickly breeze over that. We have 37 from Victor Osimhen, Raspadori 21, the same as Zielinski, and Kvaratskhelia a lot better this season with 17 when he's playing every single game. And transfers for next season, £55 million, so it's gone up a little bit, not too much.
No.
Okay.
It's going to be massive next season, isn't it?
6th season will be the biggest transfer budget that they'll have. We all know that. Okay, we spent another £60 million. And we brought in, again, another player from Atalanta. They are going to hate us after this.
Not only we've beaten them, we're buying their best players.
Yeah. He's a French fullback who can play on both sides, which is the reason why we have done it. He's naturally both-sided as well, which is what I like about him. Brandon Soppy, £21 million. Quite a good player, to be fair. So that's more of a squad player.
Yeah.
But still really good. But another French player we actually brought in was Maxime Esteve, who is a centre-back, I think, alongside Kim Min-jae. This guy is going to be kind of our starting centre-back now. He is also very left-footed, and he can fill in at left-back should we need to.
Another young player as well. So
again, 23, yeah. So for you Patreon members, when you get the save game file, these guys will be in their prime. 6'4", really good physicals, like 17 pace, but also those mental attributes. Really, yeah. Underrated mental attributes that Esteve has. And then finally, Salvatore Esposito. We brought in another Italian centre defensive midfielder, a role that maybe we needed to start looking at to improve, and this guy is definitely the man for the job. Salvatore is brother of Sebastiano Esposito, who we've signed in previous rebuilds. £15 million from Udinese. Very good.
Price,
Used to play for Inter Milan. He came through the Inter Milan Youth Academy. We didn't really sell anybody, but we've lost the likes of Mario Rui and Politano for £3.4 million and just loaned out quite a lot of other players as well. So that's not bad. Tactically, again, I haven't really changed it.
No.
We've won the league back to back. There's no real reason to change it. We're going to stick this one out, and we're still playing Kvaratskhelia on that left-hand side. But what I will show, because it's the first time I haven't actually shown this yet, the best 11 kind of looks like this. So Osimhen and Zielinski still there. Zaniolo on that right-hand side. Di Lorenzo at right-back. Soppy would be left-back. Esposito and Guisa. Kim Min-jae and Esteve at the back. And Altay Bayindir in goal. But of course, we've got so many quality players that can come off the bench that could start at any point.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I only really locked in Kvaratskhelia, who I kind of want to play every single game. But Caleb Akoli is quite unlucky not to be featured in this. Same as Raspadori in that shadow striker role. And, you know, Lozano as well on that right midfielder. You could put them in the... I think really you wouldn't really notice anybody missing.
No.
And that's what I like about this team already. So, schedule. We've played 2 games. I mean, one of them, amazing result. We beat Inter Milan 4-0, who arguably have the best team in the league. We beat them 4-0. You think, amazing. Then you draw 0-0 to Torino.
I can't believe we can't score against them.
I know, but there we go. Let's take a look then at the Champions League games that we have ahead for us. Ajax, Villarreal, and like the Olympiacos. I'd like to think that's 4 wins.
Yep.
And that almost already secures your qualification.
I would say our 2 orders counts Man City and Arsenal. Apart from that, we're in.
Yeah, then Maribor and PSV. You're kind of thinking there's a lot of Europa League fixtures here, isn't there, really? Yeah. That Maribor and PSV games. So, okay, we'll simulate this 4th season. Hopefully, we can get to the same point we was last season, if not better. 4th season, and it's a 3rd league title.
By a mile.
Our highest points tally as well, 91. Absolutely insane. Really good stuff from us. Inter Milan and AC Milan coming in 2nd and 3rd there, but no top goal scorer, which is mental, isn't it?
Hey, I'm still happy with that. That means we got a squad of players who
are scoring goals. Osman's probably 5th. There we go. So he scored 22 in the 27 games, and we've got the likes of Zielinski getting 15 and Raspadori getting 15. So your backup's getting 30 goals a season. It's not bad at all, is it? Okay, other competitions though. We've got 3 in a row. That's obviously doubled the amount that we had previously.
Yeah.
And then added one. Other competitions. It's another Coppa Italia.
Done the double again.
But it's
if
another
you take in the Super
semi-final.
Cup, that's a treble. We've done the treble twice.
Yeah. Nobody counts the Super Cup, Dan.
No,
the PS5 Super Cup. What a name as well.
Yeah.
The Coppa Italia was won by Napoli once again. We beat Juve in the final 2-0. So we've got back-to-back Coppa Italias. The treble.
We're just getting to that semi-final and getting beaten again, aren't we?
It's just the Champions League.
Real Madrid. You can't afford to come against Real Madrid in the semi-final, can you?
3-1 in that second leg
So
meant that
Real
they
Madrid
beat
and
us
Liverpool
3-2.
again. So do Real Madrid do Liverpool again?
No, I can see it there. Holders Liverpool.
Oh,
they beat him after extra time again. The Stadio Olimpico in Rome as well. It would have been in Italy if we had won it. Fair enough. Okay, we'll take a look then who we overcame. So the league phase, we were in the top 8 again. We finished in 4th. We won 5. We beat Man City and Arsenal, but we drew to PSV Anderlecht and Ajax.
You still go through this.
It doesn't really matter too much.
Those results could be near the end where we were already through, didn't
yeah.
they?
So that side of things doesn't really matter too much because obviously when it gets past these 2 rounds, then it's a random draw anyway. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about the knockout playoff. We get to the round of 16. We faced Ajax again. We beat them 5-0 across both legs. Easy stuff. The quarterfinals, again, we face Arsenal. This is what I'm not going to enjoy.
No.
Is playing the same teams.
Yeah.
If it happens, I know you only play them once in this new league phase instead of twice, but it seems like you always come up against them again. And then, of course, the semi-final, which AC Milan got the other club in there. So 2 Italian teams getting to that point. We're just on the cusp, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're just on the cusp of it. 38 games. 38
don't know whether you would have been
sorry.
knocked out of the Champions League to get into the Europa League to try and win it, don't you?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Definitely. You can't anymore. You can't.
No, that's right.
In the league phase, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
so you have to finish in 5th in the league, which definitely we wouldn't.
So it's Champions League or nothing then,
yeah, pretty much. So
one season to do it.
Would you sacrifice the league and the cup to win the Champions League?
Yes.
Ooh. I don't know whether I would, you know. I don't
Yeah.
know. 38 goals
won the
by
league
Victor
3
Osimhen.
times in a row.
Yeah.
I think that's what Pep is really doing this season for Man City. I think he is concentrating on that Champions League.
And it's going to be hilarious to get chucked out of it next year. Zielinski with 23 goals, 18 for Raspadori, and this is what I like. They're also assisting double figures as well. They look like they're really gelling together as a team now. And like, you know, he's playing 26 games off the bench and 29 starts for Raspadori. So at age 26 now, he's happy to do that because he's delighted, as you can see. And he looks amazing. Yeah. So it's good that we got the team that is willing to do that. Kvaratskhelia with 12 goals and 11 assists. He is getting better, but he's not performing any better. But attribute-wise, he looks phenomenal. Yeah. Okay, so how much money are they giving us this season? £56 million. You can see we got a lot of offers coming in there for our secondary goalkeeper. Okay, we'll go forward 5th season. Let's see who we bring in. All right, a shock signing to begin with.
On a free
transfer, Jadon Sancho. That's not bad, is it?
I'm going to take that being an English player. Of course I'm going to take it.
And he was playing games.
Yeah.
I mean, he was off the bench most of the time. You can see there, 12 starts, 24 appearances off the bench. But a free transfer, Jadon Sancho.
Got to take it, haven't you?
One of the best wingers on the game. He's got 2 assists so far in 2 games. I'd like to see him rejuvenated underneath Erik ten Hag, which hopefully he will be, because he started off his Man United career very bad. Yeah. He's had a few glimpses of quality, obviously, against Liverpool. That nice little turn where he sent everybody the wrong way. But, you know, we know how good he can be because of his Dortmund times. Yeah. We need to see that again in a Napoli shirt now. So we bring him in.
Season to do it.
Yeah, our non-EU player, because England is not in Europe, of course, according to this. A free transfer, unbelievable. Now we have signed another non-EU player, but I checked and we could register both.
Right.
So we're all good. We're
still happy, yeah.
Non-EU Milenkovic, which does surprise me that he still counts as a non-EU because he's played at Fiorentina for nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm quite like, well, surely he doesn't count that now.
No, it shouldn't do, should it?
No. So £14 million as well for Milenkovic, and he's a quality player. He's a really good guy who can play centre-back and right-back. I've mainly bought him for that right-back role because we're not the strongest in that role, and I know that he mainly looks like he suits as a right-back, as a centre-back, sorry. Dribbling of 9 and crossing of 9, I'll take that. Yeah. He can even finish, really, of 9, so that's not too bad, to be honest. So definitely a really good player, but the centrepiece, I would say, of the transfer. Well, no, I guess Jadon Sancho was the centrepiece of the transfer window. But the money that we spent.
Yeah, there's a lot of money on one player.
£50 million on Gabriel Vidovic, who's only 22. So at the start of the game, he is a wonder kid. You can find him at Bayern Munich. So he's come through their youth academy at the Croatian.
Scored a lot of goals last season.
He did. 17 in 28 appearances, and that was only 17 starts.
Good then, isn't it?
So really good from him. I think they were using him as a striker, Obviously, we've got Osimhen.
Yeah.
And I don't really think we need to go 2 up top.
No.
He looks phenomenal for that number 10 role for me. That shadow striker role. Because he's not blisteringly quick like Osimhen. But as a shadow striker, because he's got that 14 passing and 16 vision, yeah. Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
So, and that flare as well in around the edge of the area is going to be really crucial for us with good agility. So, Vidovic joins us, £50 million.
I'll give you that, mate. 3 good signings here.
I think so too. That's really pushing.
Definitely strengthened us again.
Absolutely. He goes in, and I want him to play every single game from that number 10 role.
Right.
So,
Raspadori,
obviously. Yeah. Sticking to the same tactic. Sticking to that. I don't think we had any transfers out. We might have had, actually. We had one £24 million. Kim Min-jae has left. He's gone to PSG. So that was the last signing, or the last deal that I actually did of the transfer window in, oh no, it was in July. So, no, we brought in Milenkovic as a replacement for Kim Min-jae. That's right. I had a lot of offers this season before for Man City, but they were terrible offers. Even he didn't rise to it, which is saying something.
That's a good replacement, really. We had to replace him.
Yes,
if lost
I agree.
Him. Yeah.
So it took us a month to do it, but we did it. Schedule-wise, how have we done? 2 wins from 2. 6-2 against Brescia, 4-1 against Monza. Nice, easy start. We are conceding goals, but we're scoring. Yeah, scoring so many. The Champions League fixtures are a little bit more tasty. We've got a Newcastle in there.
Oh,
interesting. Seeing them in there.
As well.
Dortmund, of course, yep. Bayern Munich, Sporting, Nice, Hertha, PSV. Again, I think top 8.
Yeah.
I think Bayern Munic's going to be the only team we're really going to struggle against. Borussia Dortmund, I think, will be a tricky game.
Yeah.
2 very similar clubs in my eyes. Like the way they're both like structured and both run really well. They're still the selling club.
I would say that at the moment they're favourite as well because they're home.
Yes.
So I would say they would be favourites for that game. But it'd be a close game.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Newcastle as well. That's not going to be an easy game, though.
No, especially when you got to go to Newcastle.
Yeah.
We'll simulate this 5th and final season then. Can we do it? Can we win the Champions League? Let's find out. Well, we end the rebuild with another league title. Again, 91 points, so we're walking the league each and every season, so that's great. And Victor Osimhen and Raspadori was up there with the most goals, which is, again, phenomenal.
Only lost 3.
Only losing 3 games, drawing 7. Spezia, Milan, and Juve. It's just 3 games we couldn't score in. All away games as well. 7 draws, and we scored in every single one, which is quite funny, isn't it? But that's 4 league titles in a row.
Brilliant.
Very
4
good.
to 5.
But it's not what you asked for.
Nope.
You asked for a European trophy. Have I given you a European trophy? Runners up. Runners up of the Champions League.
As long as it's not an Italian side.
It's Real Madrid.
Had to be, didn't it?
Had to be Real Madrid. They haven't won it for 3 years. They had to win it. Let's take a look then at the final. Who scored the goals? Gabriel Martinelli of Arsenal has moved. He made it 1-0. Kvaratskhelia made it 1-1. And Federico Valverde, who I genuinely think is one of the best midfielders in the world. Yeah. 78th minute, he scored to win it, and he won the player of the match as well. Phenomenal game of football, playing in the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam.
Quite an even game as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah, 15 shots to 13. Yeah. Possession 45 to 55, but we're probably more the counter-attacking team as it was anyway. Bit surprised by the amount of subs being made. I thought maybe we'd make more than just 3 changes in the Champions League final, but there we go. Never mind, we couldn't quite do it. They do have an insane team, obviously, and they've just increased how good they are.
I've got to be honest, we've done better than I thought we was going to do.
Yeah.
By winning 4 titles, 2 of them were the doubles.
Yeah.
So we've done better than I thought we was going to do, but I am...
You say that, we won the couple of titles. 3 trebles. 3 domestic doubles, sorry.
So we've done the double 3 times.
Yeah.
Won the league 4 times. Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could have asked you to do that. I didn't expect you to do it, but
no. The 3-peat of the Coppa Italia, the quadruple of the Serie A. We just couldn't get that European trophy. No. Goals-wise, though, bloody hell.
Yeah.
43 from Victor Osimhen, 29 from Raspadori, 25 from Vidovic with 13 assists.
We've just set you up with one hell of a team.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable side, and I don't
fact,
even think
I'm
going to
go as far as saying, if you don't win the league for the next 5 seasons, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, because, you know, the oldest players that we've got here, Di Lorenzo, Zielinski, and Lobotka, You could still use them for 2 years.
Yeah.
Really, they're still really good enough as like starting fullbacks and everything, and yet you still got backups. Money-wise, you probably got 200 million in it now. 15 million pound. I'm pleased.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm buzzing with that because it means they didn't like mug me off. So you've got roughly about 50 million pounds.
You know
of
what
good
players
wage
you've
budget.
got to replace. Then the players are getting old.
Yeah.
You just try and replace them with good squad players.
You need a backup goalkeeper, and you need a replacement possibly for Moise Kean, who left because we didn't use him.
Yeah.
And he's moving now to the Mexican League. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. So, last 2 questions. Dad, first off, what would you like the task to be?
I'm sticking to what I asked you to do.
Yeah, win a European trophy.
Win a European trophy. I don't care which one it is. I mean, obviously, you're going to be in the Champions League, so you only got 1 cup to go for.
Yeah.
If you miss out on that, you might be in another one. But
Don't care what it is. So if they come to us and go, right, I'll finish in 7th place, and I went to the EC2 and I won that one.
The only way I'll let you say you've done something better is if you win the league 5 times.
Yeah.
Because we only won it the 4.
That's true, yeah.
And we've just set you up with a really good side. So
Yeah.
if you win the league 5 times, take my hat off to you, but I want you to win the European
Yeah.
Cup.
And finally, that stadium doesn't look very attractive at all, but what is the food like there? We've had quite a few people message me about the food at the different stadiums, the clubs that we've been to and been and done recently. Swansea apparently has not got that good of food. So let us know what the food is like. Is it nice? Do you get some good stuff in Naples? Is it a classic Italian food, or is it something a little bit more special to the place in Italy itself? Let us know down in the comment section.
Maybe fish. You get some fish, don't
Yeah,
you?
possibly from where they are based in Italy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know all of those things. Or if you've got any nice, cool experiences of going to the ground, or you're a season ticket holder, then by all means, let us know. If you've watched Maradona in the flesh play there, that would be great to hear your stories about that man.
What was he really like?
Yeah, so fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. Again, all the suggestions, leave it in the comments section, and subscribe if you haven't done so. We've got a hard task of getting 100,000 subscribers.
That button for us,
we
please.
need to get that button. So thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, welcome. Before we get on with the actual rebuild itself, I'd just like to say a huge respect and rest in peace to, of course, Gianluca Vialli, a legend of Sampdoria, which is the club that we are doing today. And Dad passes on the same message as well. We actually recorded the episode the day before he passed away. So if you're wondering why we don't actually reference it, that's the reason why. When we actually recorded the episode, he was still alive, and unfortunately Gianluca Vialli passed the day after we recorded. And of course, he was a Sampdoria legend, so I thought it's important that I come to you and say that before the video begins, because by all means, I know you guys would have been mentioning it in the comments, and yeah, leave your respects and maybe your fondest memories of Gianluca Vialli in the comments. On with the rebuild. Today we are rebuilding one of Italy's oldest, well, most successful clubs, I guess, because they're not exactly the oldest, but Sampdoria.
I mean, they're not really one of the oldest.
No, 1946 I've just seen there.
Which is after the war.
Yeah.
They were formed from 2 teams, local teams in Sampdoria. Before the war, it was always the 2 local teams playing.
Yeah.
One was in a higher league than the other, from what I can gather. The one it's called Sampdorans, I think it is.
Right.
They were in the higher league, and the other team was called Andrea Dora.
Yeah.
So they
just put the two names
together.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Obviously, they are they're from the city of Genoa.
Yeah.
Big rivals with Genoa, and they share the stadium.
Do you know, and I didn't know that until I started reading all about this.
Did you not?
No,
See, I only
didn't.
knew that because I did a Genoa save last year, which I quite enjoyed. So that is the little bit of a history there. Obviously, they have had some success, and I'm sure you're going to tell us about it at some point in the episode, which we can see down there. They've got a couple of Coppa Italias, got 4 in total, and a Serie A. We'll mention that at some point. They've got Harry Winks for some reason.
Yeah,
so
on loan.
Your mate Harry Winks,
Yeah,
he's on loan there in Sampdoria.
I must admit, I was surprised they let him go.
Yeah.
On loan, obviously, because I thought he was a good squad player at Spurs.
I still think he's really young. He's 26. That's not young, is it?
I think he's a young babyface, isn't he?
Jesse Lingard effect, isn't he? He will get good eventually, Jesse Lingard, when he reaches his full potential, when he's 31 next year. But yeah, he's there. And also Cagliarella, quite a well-known Italian striker. He's 39 now, and he's still amazing.
Looks like part of the mafia, doesn't he? You see him coming down the road, you think, all right, yeah, you're going to...
That's what I imagine the Roman teams look like.
Yeah, definitely.
Back in the day, yeah, he looks definitely a very scary bloke. Won't want to get on the wrong side of Cagliarella. Okay, let's take a look.
39 the way.
39, and he's still here, and he's still really good. One of the best players. Now, Sampdoria, they don't have any money whatsoever.
No.
And financially, they are shot. Because if you take a look at their debts, they've got £38 million in their debts remaining, and their summary
I think when these people come in and
million.
take Sampdoria over, I think they just drain them of money, and they're always sort of like in trouble with money wise. So
Yeah.
I mean, they've had big oil companies taking over them, things like that, and for some reason they just lose the money and
Just
they're gone.
been milked.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate. I think quite a lot of Italian teams are suffering right now. Obviously, they had the big boom late 80s, early 90s, and it's been struggling and sort of downward spiral ever since.
I think they lived off that, didn't they? Really, for a few
AC
years.
Milan had a lot of trouble, and thankfully AC Milan were kind of bought with a rich owner now, haven't they? And they are kind of the richest club. But Inter Milan, they're suffering right now. There's a lot of money troubles in Italy, and we just hope that it doesn't escalate to the point where we start losing these big historic clubs.
Juventus are in trouble as well, aren't they?
Exactly, yeah. So they could be selling quite a lot of players.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, they are so poor at the minute they can't even afford to sack their manager. That's how bad it is, because they're so used to doing that.
Yeah.
So we've got not a lot of finances whatsoever, which means we don't really have a lot of maneuverability in the transfer window. And as you can see, one of the actual things as well is to break even in the transfer window. They don't want to spend more than what we're making.
No.
And they've actually done that. So I have actually bought somebody in, but it is because, of course, they have sold £24 million worth of players anyway. So I've only brought in somebody for £3.4 million. His name is Enzo Boyomo. He's a centre-back. I felt like they really needed a centre-back, and he's young as well with a good potential on the game. He's nowhere near the quality of what we should be trying to go for.
I was say there's no greens or nothing in there, really, is it? We don't normally go for that, do we?
Exactly, but there's not a lot of players around for that little money.
No.
With that quality, and also who want to actually come to Sampdoria. Everybody sees it as a bit of a sinking ship right now, because in real life they are a sinking ship. They're bottom of the league. They're really struggling.
Well, I think
they've just scraped away from relegation twice, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they won the last 3 games or something like that, didn't they?
Yeah, and I think Venezia went down instead, something like that. So they've been very lucky to avoid the drop, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. But that's our job, to do it in this rebuild. So if Sampdoria fans, if you are watching, hopefully I can bring you joy today, and it will happen and manifest itself into real life. So tactically then, we've got one of the worst teams in the league. It's a struggle. I'm going with this. It's kind of a 4-2-3-1. Let's see how this plays out. Maybe it's slightly too offensive and we might have needed somebody, but these are in the defensive
when I seen that, I thought, whoa,
mid.
that's too many players up that blinking far end of the pitch, isn't it?
Well, we'll see. Because these are like deep line.
Yeah.
They're not in the centre midfield. They are defensive midfielders. We've got quite a good array of defensive midfielders, actually. So Boyomo won't play in every single game on that right back, that right centre back position. But if I did go to best 11, this is what it would look like, and there might even be players that are not even at the club on loan. I don't know that because we've got so many players out on loan.
Yeah.
But everybody in there is actually at the club. So if we wanted to play our best 11, we could potentially do it. Gabbiadini, do you recognise this man? He was in the Premier League at some point. Southampton. He was a striker at Southampton who scored quite a few goals and then disappeared. He is there. So we've got quite a few good players in and around the team. We've also got a loan player who is joining on a permanent deal in Talasco Segovia. He was a wonder kid last year, and he's quite good this year. I wouldn't say he's as good as what he was last year, but he is still decent. So Talasco will be joining us on a permanent. He is here on loan anyway. He's injured at the start of the season. It's difficult because they've got a fairly good goalkeeper, a fairly good left back. After that, it's like, Sabiri is not bad. Juricic isn't bad. They're just not good in this league. And anybody who is good, they're about to retire. Cagliarella and Rincon, who are in their late 30s. Well, Rincon's mid-30s. So we are going to be struggling. So let's take a look then, schedule-wise, how we got on at the start, because we know it's going to be a struggle. We got through the first round of the Coppa Italia against Pisa, 2-0. Cremonense, it was a good victory, and they only scored in the 94th minute. But that's a team I would hope we'd be beating, because they've only just come up.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah. This isn't a bad result in the grand scheme of things, considering we went down to 10 men and then conceded the second goal.
Yeah.
We were 1-1. Thomas Rincon got himself a straight red card. Lautaro Martinez did what he couldn't do in the World Cup and actually hit a barn door.
Yeah.
Atalanta, a 3-1 loss, unfortunately. There again, there was 2 late goals as well. One was the decided, obviously, was the penalty.
You know that is,
the
isn't
late
it?
one.
All our old boys have been getting tired by the end of the game, aren't they?
Come on, how long's left?
30 minutes.
Exactly, yeah. It's not a bad start to the season, but it's not good, is it? I mean, we do have a feeder team in Napoli, by the way. So for some reason, there's like a weird link with Napoli. I just noticed that when we started the game, that this purple thing means we have like an affiliation with them.
Oh, right.
So if you know a little bit more about it, because Football Manager,
know,
they're very clouded about this.
Yeah.
And I will come across some problems in this, which I have actually reported to SI directly to one of them. I've actually sent them the saved game file at a certain point, and they confirmed to me it was a bug.
Oh, right.
So when I get to that point, I'll show you it, just so you can understand the reason why a certain player can't be played, I guess, because there are rules in Italy, and you might see me tweet about it. If you haven't, follow me on Twitter at OmegaLuke, that the Italian rules of non-EU players, they've always been crap on Football Manager because the explanation is so difficult. You have to sell them to a different foreign country if you want to register another one, but you can sign 1 per season. But if you sign 2 per season, then that is it, unless you sell another one. Then you sell another one and you're like, why can't I register? And they go, 1 per season, and you're like, I sold somebody. No idea, but I did report it. But I'll get to that point at certain point of this save. Ready to simulate the first season?
Let's go for it.
Let's go. Okay, end of first season. We scrape through. I mean, we are quite far off relegation, don't get me wrong, but we are scraping through there. 34
closer than I want to be.
Points. Yeah, definitely. Milan top, and it looks like they won the league on the last game of the season with Napoli's draw there. Yeah. To Atalanta, that's unfortunate.
We've only won the league once, and we beat Milan by 5 points that season.
Wow, so it was a big win then.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it was a good. What year was that? It was in 1991 we won the league.
Yeah.
The only time they've won it. So, but to beat AC Milan by 5 points was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's quite a recent history win, isn't it? 1991.
Yeah.
I mean, just the year before I was born, that one. So not
they've had a lot
of
bad luck in the league, but they seem to. Like we showed the cup games there. They've won a few more cups than they've won the league, but they just can't scrape over that. The sort of last part of the season and get the wins in.
Yeah, I mean, we are nowhere near to be seen on any of these other than a yellow card, so that's obviously nothing to be proud about, but we're not expected to at this point. Let's take a look then in the cup. Second round by Cremonense, the team which was finished just below us, so really it's the game that I would like to have gone through, but hey, que sera, I guess.
Not very good, is it?
No. Goals wise. Now, I don't mind this because it is spread out. We've got to avoid...
That's better than I thought we'd get.
Yeah, we've got to avoid the ones that are not at the club because there's quite a lot there. So Gabbiadini did get 18 and 38. That's not bad, really, is it? For a 31-year-old, I mean, that's not old at all, but for a player that I wouldn't expect to be scoring that many, Cagliarelli even got 12. Now, he is 40. Leaving.
Well, he got me 40, and
he's leaving, and he's exploring his options, and he's wanted as well by Jeonbuk in Korea. So, do you want to move to Korea? You didn't even want to sign on. It's ridiculous, really, but okay, fair enough. And Sabiri also got 10 goals there, but we're not getting a lot of assists. Not even double figures in assists from Juricic there, 31. Non-EU. That's the thing. Right, okay.
Struggling, mate. You're struggling.
Luckily, though, we've been given loads of money. £2 million.
£2 million, yeah.
£2 million that we have to spend in the transfer window. And what makes it worse is the valuation of our players. We haven't got a player above 10 million. So if we wanted to sell one, it's the player we just signed as well. This is a very difficult save. Okay, we'll move forward to the second season. Let's see what I've done with very little. All right then. Now I didn't spend any money because the Segovia deal was already something that came in, of course, like we mentioned. But I did sign maybe a couple of recognizable players because they're 2 former Premier League players. Manor Solomon played at Fulham this season as we're going right now on loan. We didn't sign him from there, but he leaves Shakhtar on a free transfer. He only played 12 games in the Premier League, and I'm quite surprised by that because I do think he is a really good player, to be honest. And he's 24, so he's got good stretch ahead of him. But that composure, the dribbling ability, I think he's quite a good attacking midfielder.
He is for us because he's a lot better than what we got on it.
He's better than Juricic for sure. So, and he already comes in, and considering we got him on a free transfer, he's probably our highest valued player now. So that's another reason why to pick him up. But the other free transfer was Florin Andone. So of course we lost Cagliarella, a striker. We bring this guy in. He's a very good pressing forward. He had a spell at Brighton a couple of seasons ago and did quite well there as well, the Romanian. He scored a few goals, I think, in a couple of seasons. I can't remember. There is ages ago now. He scored 3 goals. Maybe he didn't score that many then, Luke. Maybe you exaggerated a little bit. But I think he's quite good on Football Manager, to be fair. I think he's got some quality attributes that I like to see. The teamwork and work rate as well as aggression. So that pressing forward, if you're playing like a gegenpress style, he's always going to be trying to win the ball back, which is what I like. So, tactically then, have I changed it? Do you think I felt like I needed to?
Yeah, you had to, didn't you?
Well, I have. I've gone more attacking. I've moved a player from a centre attacking midfielder and I've moved into a pressing forward on support. Seeing what we're going to do with this. And we've changed this role here to a winger for Sabiri, because if he does move out to that right-hand side instead of the centre, he's right-footed. So I think crossing the ball in is one of his strengths. We'll try and make use of his strength. It is a gegenpress and we're trying to work hard. Now that we don't have maybe too many old players in the squad who won't be able to play that style of football, now we have that with the likes of Andone and Gabbiadini up front. So if I did show you the pick without restriction best 11, it does look like this, but of course remember we'd like Sabiri playing on the right instead of Candreva, who again is a little bit too old for us here. He's 36. Still a good player, but he's 36. We'd want Sabiri playing there.
Yeah, definitely,
and ideally, we'd want Andone playing on the left for a pressing forward, but Gabbiadini can still do a job there, I suppose. So, that's what our squad looks like and the tactic looks like this season. Schedule-wise, we've only played 1 game in the league, and it's a loss to our affiliation of Napoli, but Lecce also beat us.
We're actually better. We beat
3-1 in the
we
cup,
beat them in a friendly as well, Napoli. That's all.
Yeah, we did. I don't know why we for some reason in this rebuild we just only played Italian clubs.
Yeah, they can't afford to leave the country, can they?
Yeah, that's the thing. Do you want to go on? No, we can't go over.
No.
Let everybody come to us. I think a few of it, they even played at neutral grounds.
Yeah.
So we did go on a tour, but we still played against Italian clubs. So I don't know what our expectations going to be like with this new tactic, to be honest.
Above mid-table, you've got to be trying to push for it. You're not going to get a 5th or upwards, I don't think. So.
No, so there's too many good clubs, I think, in Italy.
Yeah, so I think you got to be getting a mid-table upwards to improve on the last one.
They go so long as well between the first and the second round of the cup.
Yeah,
is what I noticed, because I was like, when is the second round? I was like, all the way in
4
December.
months.
Ridiculous, really, isn't it? Why play it so early? It's the first game of the season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it is very strange. I think the DFB Pokal does that as well in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
They've got a big gap between one of the rounds, which I think is a little bit strange. But there we go.
Don't we do it in the League Cup in our league as well?
We have a little bit of a gap, like a couple of months. And I think
at
the
beginning of the season, we play a League Cup game right at the beginning.
Yeah, we normally play the second round in September, October.
But the finals are.
The final is usually
March,
over a month after the semi-finals. So the semi-finals usually played in January, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 rounds. Because for some reason it's double leg. But there we go. Right, okay. We'll simulate this second season and see how we do. Second season, we survived again. A lot more points though.
Yeah.
14th in the league, which I'm proud of, to be honest, considering we haven't really had a lot to do. The league winners though was Lazio.
Yeah.
Interesting little win there. But I mean, they do have Ciro Immobile. We have Andone on 24 goals in there and around. I like that. That's not bad at all, is it? 14th place. 46 points. Not bad.
Got to take it, haven't you?
Absolutely.
You've been relegated, so you got to take it.
Yeah, 13 league wins as well, and some big ones at that. A 3-2 win against Inter Milan at home, away win against Fiorentina, home win against Roma, and of course the big one there against Juve at home.
Yeah.
And the derby.
Yeah.
The home win against Genoa.
I've got an interesting fact with Genoa.
Okay.
In 2014-15 season, they finished 6th in the league.
Yeah.
But the following season, they couldn't get a UEFA license because they had qualified for Europe.
Right. Okay.
For the Europa Cup, and they couldn't get a UEFA license. So the 7th team took their place. Guess who the 7th team was? Your Sampdoria.
That is hilarious.
There's one team you don't want to give your place up to in your Europe competition, isn't it?
Can't go, lads, can you? Cheers, we'll have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's harsh.
But yeah, I can't believe they couldn't get a license, a UEFA license to play in the Europa League, so they had to give it up.
That's hilarious, but also really, really harsh. We were actually unbeaten because we drew away from home, same stadium. So.
Yeah.
But we did draw, so we were unbeaten against our derby rivals, but we did lose 18 games. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I'm looking at the losses there, and it's like, all right, some of them we should be winning, but
they're not 3-4.
Yeah, but they're not like batterings.
No.
I mean, Napoli give us the biggest hide in there of 4-1, but they are one of the best teams in this league attacking-wise. So I'm actually thinking that's not bad, you know. That's not bad.
Well, not considering that you were playing a very attacking team.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look then. Competitions. How did we get on in the other cup? Second round again. Cagliari knocked us out. They did finish 9th place. They've got quite a good team and some really good players. So, as expected, I guess.
We beat them in the cup.
Yeah.
What year was that? 1993-94.
Yeah.
We beat them 6-1 in the final.
Ooh,
over 2 legs.
Yeah.
Right? But all the goals were scored after the 50th minute in the second leg. 6-1. First goal was scored 50th minute.
Yeah, half time in the second leg, 0-0. Christ, it's a boring cup tie, isn't it?
And finishes 6-1.
Should we leave? Yeah. Who beat the traffic?
Unbelievable, wasn't it? 6-1.
6-1. That is a hell of a final in the end. Goals wise then, Andone got 26 in 37. That's not bad for a free transfer, is it?
Definitely not. No.
Value in the market. Somebody told me there was no value in the market. Who needs transfer money when you can pick up signings like that? 26 goals. Gabbiadini also got 12, and of course the other free signing got 10 goals and 12 assists. I think I'm quite pleased with that. Although you think his valuation would be a little bit higher considering he got 26 goals in 37 games. I know he's 31, but come on, Football Manager, 6 million. Another problem I found. Okay, so there's 2 problems I found in this save alone. I do find it in other saves, but sometimes in Football Manager, let me know down in the comments whether you find this as well. I can start a save, and for the life of me, I cannot sell a player. No matter what I do, I offer them out for half the value, and nobody bites. They all have a wanted sign next to their name, and I cannot sign them. I'll start another game, and I cannot fucking keep my players because everybody is coming in and trying to sign it. There is no consistency, and I think there is a big problem with this game. Two things in the Serie A. Value for players are extremely low. It happens quite a lot in other leagues as well. In some leagues, the value of players are really high. In some leagues, the value of players are really low, even though they're doing better in European competitions.
I wonder if it's got something to we were touching on earlier about the clubs in money difficulties.
Maybe.
Italian
they
football
know that they're desperate for money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so why you're not going to value a player 40 million because straight away you would sell him.
Yeah, so I was always under the understanding in game mechanics it was down to reputation. Yeah. So the reason why I always find these really cheap Serbian players is because Serbia are lower down on the competition reputation, which means everybody's reputation is low, which means you can pick them up for a cheaper cost.
Yeah.
That's my understanding of it. That's why if you find a player in Iceland, you're not even paying £1 million and you could get the world's best player.
This theory don't work in that, does it?
But it doesn't when the Serie A
It's got to be with the teams being in money difficulty, and they're after money.
But then you say that in Portugal, you have the same scenario. But if you look at obviously the top 3 are kind of like that, but even at Braga, they do have some value.
Yeah.
I mean, Braga do have a little bit of money, but Eredivisie down in 7th place, they're still valued higher than some of the players that I've got here. I mean, Andone's put in 27 goals in the across the season, 26 goals in 37 games, and he's worth 6 million.
Yeah.
Come on. This game, I think they do have some problems. This is one of them. We're gonna see another one in a second. But transfer money,
2 million.
I'll have to sell some players, he says. 3rd season.
You might get 3 million then.
Honestly, it's most frustrating. This has been the most frustrating rebuild I've done for FM23 so far.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last time it was as frustrating. Maybe the last one was the Ipswich one. Do you remember when the Ipswich one, we got promoted and they wouldn't give me any money until January?
Yeah.
And by then, we had already lost all of our games. Okay, we'll see. Let's go forward to the next season. Okay, as you can see, transfers out, £0. Couldn't sell a soul.
I thought I was being generous by giving you $1 million, but I didn't give
I was
you
trying
nothing.
to prostitute myself on the streets and nobody was biting. Okay, now I did make a couple of signings. Adam Ida from Norwich on a free transfer. I think he let his contract run out because they couldn't get themselves promoted. He's a good striker, but he's not like amazing. He's just good in the match engine, I guess. He's got all right anticipation off the ball. He's pacey and he's tall. Like, Football Manager, the match engine likes that.
Yeah.
So, Has likes to beat the offside traps as well. Moves to the channels. Is a good little combination where he just peels off defenders and finds himself in space. So, I quite like him, to be honest. So, picking him up on a free transfer. He scored 17 goals last season in the Championship, which is quite good, really.
Yeah.
Hasn't got any for us yet, but I'm still hoping. Come on, Adam. The other, I did spend money, and I know, if you're watching this after last week and watching that, yes, I signed a player 2 weeks in a row. But I don't have any options. I had £1 million.
If I remember rightly, didn't we train him as a right back?
We did train him as a right back. I'm not going to be doing that this time. But it got to the point where I had like £2 million. And to begin with, right, so I signed him on deadline day.
Yeah.
So I had £2 million the whole summer and not being able to do anything with it because anybody who was anyone was worth more than £2 million. And they dropped his price, I counted, 3 times.
Did they?
Until finally I went in on £1.9 million because it was the best that I could possibly get and probably in the position I don't even need. But for the sake of it, I needed to sign somebody because they gave me $2 million. By God, I was going to spend £2 million because I didn't have anything else. Okay, tactically then. Have I made any changes to this? Let's take a look. Right, Romario Barrow is... Oh, he's not right back. We're playing him at centre mid where he needs to play. So this time I'm actually going to secure Andone in pressing forward, and I have changed it round again slightly. So Adamida, who I think will be better on the left-hand side because we've got the winger crossing in and he's 6'3", header of ball, so I think it'll be better for him to be at the back post. And Andone pressing forward on attack this time on the right-hand side. So we've altered the tactic ever so slightly, and I want Romario Barrow because I want to get my value out of spending my money playing as many games as possible. He might not be the best player there, but I spent money on him, and I'm going to make sure I'm actually going to use him. Schedule-wise, how have we done so far? It's not been great.
No.
We went through on penalties in the Cup. We drew to Udinese, which sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. They do have Beto, so if they keep him, they're always a threat on the counter because he's so good. And Monza, we got battered at home by Monza.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Didn't even know they had a team. Thought they were just a racetrack. No, I'm joking. Of course, that's disrespectful. Monza, they do have some good players in this game, actually, and they've absolutely done us there 4-1. Okay. Right then, we'll simulate this season, the 3rd season, see how we get on. Fingers crossed, everybody. 3rd season, we've pulled off a miracle.
Get in.
7th place.
Happy with that?
Somebody was looking down on us today. I don't
Does that
know
mean
how
we've qualified for European competition?
We have the EC2. We will have to go through qualifying stages.
That's right, I'll take that.
But we are
At least we've got something to look forward to.
Absolutely. And we're only 5 points behind Napoli.
Yeah.
Massive. Do you know what? We are nowhere near them, like 15 points above them. So that is a fantastic season. Absolutely buzzing with that one. So Milan have retained the championship again after giving it to Lazio for a season. They've dropped down to 5th, interestingly. Adam Ida got 26 goals and he's still only finished 3rd. A lot of goals this year in the Serie A.
Yeah.
Immobile and Victor Osimhen getting quite a few there. And we also have Manos Solomon getting 12 assists, which is very good. And Andone getting the 3rd most player of the matches. So I like that because that's 3 different players performing really well. So I'm happy with that. I think that's a fantastic season.
Yeah.
That's the best one so far, and I might call it a day there.
Could it be better if we won a cup?
Could it be better? Imagine if we won the cup. I would call it a day there. That would be it. Patreon members, you get it at season 3, and that's it, because I've had enough. No. 3rd round by Atalanta.
Oh, at least we got knocked out by someone decent rather than bringing half decent.
Yeah, that's true. 26 league goals from Adam Ida. I'm still impressed by that. So I want to see how many he's done throughout the whole season. It can't be that much if we only reached that. 27.
Yeah.
But Andone still got 23.
It's 50 goals, 2 players. That's
2
good.
players and 50
In
goals. Yeah, and Gabbiadini as our backup getting 9 from only 8 starts and 31 appearances off the bench. Manos Solomon with the most assists there with 12. Value though, £13 million is our highest value player. It's Talasco Segovia. It's a youngster in centre midfield. This is what I mean. Like, other than those 2 players there and maybe Boyomo, because they're young, it's peanuts, isn't it? And they're like our 3 best players, so we'll see. Transfer money for next season.
2 million.
It's consistent.
Yeah,
I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Okay, and finances, we're in the red. £10 million in the red. The debts are still piling up. £29 million. We've got European football next season.
Hey.
They're like, oh no, we got to pay for flights.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go forward, 4th season, and see who we can bring in. Now, viewers, this is where it all went tits up. Because this is where I completely lost my head. Because of these stupid Serie A rules of non-EU players and it not working in Football Manager to the point where the developers have actually said, yeah, that shouldn't happen. So, I sold Omar Colley because he was a non-EU player to a foreign club of Genk in Belgium. So in my understanding then I should already, because I think you should be allowed 1 per season that you're allowed to sign. I think it's 2, but I haven't even signed anybody that we've seen that's non-EU. So I signed Mikola Shaparenko on a free transfer. Very good midfielder. I thought that's going to be a quality player. Can't register him. Extra non-EU player who cannot be registered until next season or until another non-EU player is sold. Please tell me where the other non-EU player is that I signed, because Martin Satriano doesn't count, because although he is Uruguayan, he's been playing in Inter Milan for his whole career, so he has that Italian second nationality. This guy's French, this guy's Italian. I haven't signed another non-EU player, so I still couldn't register him, so I got really angry, and I went through the youth academy players, and I found 2 more players who had this weird non-EU registration. So I found this guy who was Albanian, got rid of him, sold him to a different Albanian club, and I think there was another one down here somewhere that I sold for, it might be a couple of thousand, I can't remember where it was. There was another player anyway, so I sold 3 players. This is this guy, actually. I think it's this guy. No, it's not. There was 3 players that I sold, all for, that is that one. Or non-EU. I'm sorry I'm losing my, but I'm getting so frustrated.
He's tried to explain this to me 3 times. I ain't got it yet.
I sold 3 non-EU players. So from my understanding, I should be able to register 5 non-EU players.
Right.
I can't even register 1. And I am livid with it. So anyway, I did spend money. Somehow we got a little bit of money. I moved around the wage budget because we let go a lot of players, like Juricic of course left, Berezetsky's left, so we've let a lot of the wage gap go. So I've managed to actually bump up the transfer window. So bringing in Martin Satriano is a big move. But he's a quality player.
Yeah.
Andone, he's 33 now. We're already at that stage.
Yeah.
So we need to start replacing him, and he's a good age to bring in. Fagioli from Juventus, I think, is a quality, another centre midfielder, but it seems to be the only place I can get players around that I can afford. I'm really struggling in any other positions. So he comes in, a good Italian youngster who can play centre mid. And then I realised on deadline day, oh Luke, that Omar Colley that you sold because you got frustrated because Mikola Shaparenko couldn't sign was only one of 2 centre-backs you have at the club. I was like, oh no!
So desperately we need a centre-back.
So on deadline day, I managed to loan Billy Cumetio, French, so he doesn't count as non-EU. And therein lies the next problem I had. So this is the 3rd problem. I forgot about this problem. Why, Football Manager, whenever you try and loan a player, do the parent club insist that you not only pay their wages, but you also pay a massive loan fee, and it comes out of your transfer budget?
Yeah.
Instead of a monthly budget.
Yeah.
Because then I tried 3 different players all on loan leading up to the deadline day, and Billy was the cheapest that I could get because his wage was only 5,000, and I think I even had to start selling players on deadline day. There we go. So I sold 195k Lorenzo Conte. Gabbiadini, I had to sell him because I didn't have a centre back, so I had to sell him for 500k, and I got this deal done with 30 minutes left of the transfer window, to the point where if I clicked advance one more time and that deal wasn't done, they would have cancelled it.
12 o'clock deadline, mate. It's there for a reason, isn't it?
So we have 2 centre-backs.
Harry Redknapp never gets it right wrong, does he, mate? He always gets his business done early. So he can drive home so everybody can interview him at the gates. We
have 2 centre-backs going into the summer. That's not even a joke, look. There's not even anybody who can kind of play there. So two centre-backs going into a season where we've got European football. We're playing the same tactic because I thought obviously it was a good tactic.
We're not going to do nothing in the European competition, are we?
We'll see. We are through. We're through to the Conference League phase. We defeated Bromby, obviously a former team that we have rebuilt, and Tripolis, Tripolis, which I think is a Cypriot team. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that is Cypriot. I know they're Greek. Same names, aren't they? They're all very similar names. We defeated them as well across the two legs quite well, with Adamida scoring a fair amount of goals and having some fun in the summer. So Bologna, 3-2 win against them in the league. That was a good start in the league, but then we lost 3-0 at home to Verona, which is
just looking at that picture there of the result there. Sampdoria badge.
Yes.
Do you know what it is? I didn't until I read it.
Is it somebody smoking a pipe?
It could well be, but it's supposed to be a sailor. Because they're actually, Sampdoria or Genoa is a port.
Yeah.
So they were formed by sailors and all that. And
do you have to look at it upside down?
Yeah.
Or?
But they've also got the St George's Cross there as well, so it's got an English connection as well.
I was going to say, I was waiting for the English connection to come up.
Couldn't find one. When I've seen because I know that they had an English the St George's Cross on their badge.
Because sometimes they've actually had it on the kit, haven't they, in their away kits.
And I always thought there's got to be an English connection there. Couldn't find one at all, really.
No.
So
they've bought English players in the past, haven't they?
Yeah.
In the 90s.
David Pleat used to play
David Pleat played there.
Yeah, that's when I used to watch the Sampdoria with the Italia 90 games, on the Sunday afternoon on Channel 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was one of the reasons why I used to support Sampdoria as my Italian team at the time, sort of thing, And you had Gaza going to Lazio, didn't you? And all that. So, but the late 80s. Early 90s is when Sampdoria were at their best, really.
Yeah, and you think the period that they were doing that was when AC Milan had the best defence in the world, with Hullet, Van Basten involved as well. Obviously, they had like Baresi and Maldini, early 90s, and Sampdoria's gone and won the league. Yeah. So, very impressive, really, that they've gone and done that. I think it was a bit of a shock when they did it, if I remember rightly. From what I've seen, because obviously I don't remember it. I was even born.
I mean, we're in the European competitions now, and that's when they, in 1990s, when they won the Cup Winners' Cup. Yeah. They beat Anderlecht 2-0, I think it was. Yeah. And then I think it was the season after, is it? Oh, so 2 seasons afterwards. They made the Champions League final. Wow. They lost to Barcelona 1-0.
Yeah, 92. Ronald Koeman free kick, was it?
Spot on, mate. In extra time. Yes.
Cracking free kick.
Yeah, it was, yes.
Very good free kick.
But yeah, the badge is supposed to be a picture of a sailor. Because I looked at it a few times and I thought, what is the badge? And you picked up the pipe. I didn't pick up that. And when I read it, I thought, it's a sailor. And I thought, oh, all right.
It just looks like a bearded man smoking a pipe with a really strange hat.
Is it supposed to be Popeye then? That's what you're going to think of it.
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fair enough. If you had a stroke. We'll simulate this season and see how we get on, because by the way, the games that we played here, I think the reason why we lost to Verona is because we were playing Romario Barrow at centre back. So he was good at right back. Yeah. Why can't he play centre back? That was my thinking. So that's where we had to put him. Okay, we'll simulate this season. Okay, we've dropped down in the league, but it could have been a lot worse, let's be fair, let's be honest. So we finished in 11th place, mid-table, 52 points, kind of in a league of our own.
We had a bad finish of the season.
One game in 5 against Fiorentina. We played, oh my God, what an end of the season though. We're lucky, really, that we weren't struggling, because that is 4 of the 5 best teams in the league, arguably. Only Inter, Roma won the league. Was it your friend?
Jose Mourinho, was he there? The chosen one?
No, Vincenzo Montella, which actually is a former Roma player, to be fair, I think. So that's quite interesting. He's gone and won the league with them. That's quite nice. Genoa relegated. Oh, shame, isn't it? Did we beat them both times? We didn't. So we beat them 3-0 at home. We drew against them in the away game class.
We didn't lose against them. There's 2 seasons we didn't lose against them.
Exactly. So
happy with that.
Okay, how have we done in the European competitions with only 1 actual centre-back that we own and 1 loaned in? Let's have a look. Whoa! Runners up.
Get in.
I mean, we didn't win it, Dad.
No. Hey, then you better get into the final. Oh, mind you, we got absolutely hammered.
Absolutely tonked in the final by Monaco, but still. Adamida got 19 goals in this competition. Alexander Isaac there getting the most there. Volan got a hat-trick in the final. Fagioli and Solomon. He couldn't get one in the final, could he, Adamida? We did play both our centre-backs, but for some reason we subbed one of them. Yeah. So, I don't know. Why are we subbing a centre-back when we don't actually have a centre-back? That's ridiculous. He didn't look like he was injured or anything. I'm curious, though, who we faced along the way, because it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Rayo Vallecano. So, Monaco knocked out Newcastle.
That's a good result for them.
Yeah. Herenveen in the Netherlands, we beat them. And then in the round of 16, we beat Maribor, which is Slovenia. So we beat them 10-2. So we beat them 5-1.
No disrespect to the other teams, but I think we had quite an easy run
to
get to the final, didn't we? Yeah.
Name-wise, I think.
Yeah.
From size of club, they might have some better players than us in Football Manager.
I mean, you look at some of the teams that was in the group stages there. I mean, Newcastle for a start, I think they would have done us anywhere along the line.
Monaco and Newcastle were top two. Top two. So we only drew one against Apoel Limassol, but we won 5 of ours. Again, it's teams that you would expect us to win against. A couple of these I don't think I've even seen before. Gordon's I know.
It's going to be interesting to see as well how important the clubs are going to do
Consider this competition.
This competition, yeah. Because it's just another European competition. It's like a Thursday night one as well. Teams don't like playing on Thursday nights, do they? You know, it just affects these teams badly, and you'll find 9 times out of 10 when you watch these games, they're playing the reserve players just to give them a run out, and it's not very interesting. First season we've seen it. I didn't go down much on it really.
No, I mean, no disrespect to a lot of these smaller clubs, but I guess for them it's fantastic.
Yeah,
because it's a European competition that they would never get into. Like they probably only get to the qualifying stages of Europa League, maybe Champions League. And they get knocked out by one big club, and that's their big game of the year. For them it's amazing, but for a neutral viewer who don't know who these clubs are, I didn't really pay attention to it until I seen it was Roma final in the final. And then I was like, I wonder who... PSV was it? I can't remember if it was PSV or final in the final. But I was like, I wonder who wins that final. And of course, it was Jose Mourinho's Roma. So it was just nice to see him win that.
I mean, really, they were the best team club, in that whole competition, weren't they, really?
But if you I don't think I watched any of the matches. I didn't even watch the final. I just seen what happened. Watch
the Alex,
yeah, absolutely. Okay, then let's take a look at squad and see who scored what. 31 for Satriano and 30 for Adamaida. 61 as a total. It's not bad at all.
No.
Almost creeping over £12 million for valuation for somebody who scored 31 league goals and is in his prime of his career. Unhappy, wants a new deal. We'll definitely get that to you if we can afford it. And Andoni got 29, by the way.
I was going to say, that's nearly 30 goals again. So that's 90 goals in 3 players.
Absolutely.
101 goals in 4 players.
23 assists as well for
I think any team would be happy with that, really, in any league.
Huge. I mean, what we got to think of is we were playing in that second Europa League.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And we were battering teams 5-1.
Goals,
like what Maribor, I think we beat across 2 legs 10-1 or 10-2. So that's where all those goals
because you look
happening.
at the goals we scored, they're in like 50-odd games as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Andone, I dare say, probably didn't score that many in the league. We can take a look. He's 33 in the league. He did get 17. I'm surprised by that. He started 29 games. So, yeah, fair play. But a lot of them are going to be in that competition. Okay, transfer money. Oh, hello. We struck gold. 12 million.
Oh, we got the European final.
Is that a 1 in front of the 2 million? Jesus Christ. Right, okay. We actually are in the black as well for a change. We paid off... I thought we paid off our debts then, but we haven't. It's 27 million. But it's going up. Brilliant. Right, okay. Final season. Let's go for it.
They could have took 10 million off that by giving us 2 million, couldn't they?
I know, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't. Now, when you move around the wages and start signing some players for free transfers, we only actually bought 1 player with money. That was Gabriel Zappa for £8 million. He is an upgrade to our right back situation, and I do think he's quite a good upgrade as well, to be fair. And he used to play for Manchester City at one point. He didn't play many games, just the 3, but they signed him for 4.7. Verona got him back the next season. We doubled almost what we paid for them, but he's been playing first team football in the Serie A, and I think he's better than our actual right back. But I think the best signing that we made, other than bringing in 2 centre backs, because we obviously needed it, was we upgraded the goalkeeper.
All right.
So the goalkeeper at first, when his contract was running out, didn't want to speak to us.
Didn't he?
And then no clubs picked him up, and then he was happy to chat with us. So
funny
27 years of age, Grabara is the old Copenhagen goalkeeper. He left them on a free transfer. He was at Liverpool for a stage there. I think I signed him last season and another rebuild in last year's game. But we have 27 years of age. He's 6'5", got some good attributes, to be fair. Obviously the aerial reach is going to be something when he's 6'5", and with a good jump and reach, he's going to be able to reach high places, isn't he? So, but he is one of our well, he's one of our best players now, I guess you could say, but he's definitely our best goalkeeper. Our first signing that I made, I remember, was Villalba. He joined us immediately when I spoke to him. He plays across that front three and in the midfield. That's exactly what I was thinking. Just bringing him in on a free transfer. Didn't want too high wages. And then, of course, it was the 2 centre-backs. I'll let you try and pronounce this one, Dad.
Walu.
That was a good one. Also Polish, quite a good centre-back from Empoli. And then we also have Lucas Martinez-Carter from Fiorentina, who I think is one of the best ball-playing wide centre-backs that you can get on the game. But we don't use wide centre-backs. We're just going to use him at centre-back. He's 6 foot. Yes, he's 30. He does have, and I checked before I even bothered, he has an Italian other nationality, because I thought, I don't even want to mess around with any non-EU players, so we won't have to worry about that. And a little bit of news, Shaparenko can play for us this year. He's buzzing about it. He had to sit on the bench.
Signing then, isn't it?
It is basically, isn't it? So he had to sit on the bench all year last year, and he's been playing.
What made it worse is that he come to us to play in European football.
I've always wanted to play in the Europa Conference League.
Yeah.
Well, you can. You also can't even play in Italy.
No.
You might as well stay in Ukraine. So there we go. Shaparenko. He is now able to play for us. Do you know what makes it worse as well? I forgot to mention this. I couldn't even loan the bastard out.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted to pay the wages. It was ridiculous. This is what I'm on about. The whole combination of all problems came into one in easily the most frustrating rebuild I've ever had. So Patreon members, how much do you want to play it? Schedule owner. We're going to look at the tactic first. Did I change the tactic? Kind of. I moved around a couple of the roles. So now with the players that we have, I've gone for 2 advanced forwards. I've basically made it symmetrical.
I'm surprised you didn't actually drop them down just to try more of a defensive team.
Yeah, but I was scoring so many goals.
Yeah.
Scoring so many goals and we've got, I think, we don't really have that centre attack midfielder. We got quite a lot of centre mids, yeah. But because we have 2 really good goal scoring strikers in Adamida and Satriano, I wouldn't know who I'd want to bench or sell. I couldn't even sell him if I wanted to. So I thought just play them both. And both of them really like the advanced forward role. So I started toying around with it. It kind of worked. So we just went with it. And I ended up just thinking it looked really pretty when I went symmetrical and it kind of started doing stuff because we got a 7-4 win against Pescara. A 2-0 win against Verona, of course, which is the game that we lost last year when we didn't have any centre-backs. And then Napoli, a 1-1 draw.
It's a good result.
So, yeah, I think it was starting to work well in our favour for us. No European football to kind of distract us or tire us out. So I'm hoping we can make a good goal for it so that Patreon members, you might have some European football to go for. If not, you've got a good squad.
But not a lot of money.
But not a lot of money or the ability to sell anybody.
It usually happens that you get more when we give the team over, doesn't it? I mean, we're up to 12 million this season.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You'll probably get 25, 30 million.
Yeah, 100%. Or a tycoon taker, like the Spurs one. Right, okay, let's simulate this final season and see how we do. Final season then, and it's our highest place finish.
Get in.
5th. Oh, yes.
Happy with that, mate.
Higher than Napoli and
Higher
Roma.
than Roma, yeah.
And Juve.
Cool. Blimey. Florentina. You can keep naming them, can you?
Exactly. So that is a fantastic season overall. But you didn't even have that good of an end of the season.
No.
We kind of threw away Champions League football, really, because if we win those 3 games, we're in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but we still got guaranteed Europa League football next year. And Martin Satriano also took home that lovely golden boot with the highest average rating and the most man of the matches, with Sabiri on the right getting the most assists with 16. So that is a fantastic season. Absolutely.
Could be better if we won the cup.
Could be better if we win the Coppa Italia, but did we? Second round. I think it's as far as we've got.
No, we got to the 3rd round the last year.
Wow.
So
Dizzy heights.
I don't think we got past the 3rd round.
No. But hey, you got European football next season, and it's actually the good.
I think what's come out of it, you've probably got our best team there now that we could possibly give to you. They're a young team. Don't know what transfer fee you'll have for next season, but you got a good team. You're in Europe.
Yeah, and your best player is wanted by all of the best clubs in the world.
So you're going to struggle to keep him.
And he's around £50 million.
Ooh. Can you find out at what transfer fee they'll get money they'll have now?
What, for us? Yeah. Let's take a look. $6 million.
Oh, so it's dropped. So
yeah, and nothing in the wage budget either. So peanuts to play around with, really. You might have to cash in.
There's your challenge. Do you sell him?
Do you cash in on Martin Satriano, and then because you're losing Andone as well. He's leaving the club because his contract's about to run out. So that's 28 goals plus the 11 that Andone's got. So if you did decide to carry on with 2 up front,
you've got to go.
You got to find somebody to partner Almeida up there,
someone good as well,
or change the formation because you got Sibiri who can play in that hole if you're looking for that. But he's been doing really well playing from that right because he's got 16 assists there. So there we go. Dad, what is the challenge for Patreon members who want to take this on for the next 5 years on the £5 tier on patreon.com/make?
I'm just going to make it very, very easy. Win 1 trophy.
Whatever it is.
That was easy, wasn't it?
We'll win a bloody trophy because we haven't.
We can win nothing, could we?
No, we couldn't.
No, so. But, hey, what's the food like at
What
Sampdoria?
is the food like at the Luigi Ferrari
Is there anybody
Stadium?
out there who's been to the Sampdoria Stadium and tell us what the food was like?
Yeah, whether you're a Sampdoria fan or a Genoa fan, let us know. Because they probably don't do different food for different games.
No.
They probably do sell the same food.
Yeah.
So let us know what the food is like, what's the atmosphere like, because I'd imagine the atmosphere is fantastic in that stadium.
Yeah.
It looks like something that would enclose the atmosphere there.
It looks a good stadium as well,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Do they fill it? Because, of course, Italian football has been quite well known recently to not being able to fill stadiums.
It says 33,000, and I was noticing when they were showing the games, we're roughly around 27, is it?
That's Football Manager, Dad. I wouldn't take that into consideration in real life.
No.
But
you think they would sort of actually try and average it, wouldn't they? That's right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, let us know anything like that down in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to keep your suggestions coming in the comments, because then Dad will obviously look through, comment back and everything like that, and that's where we come up with who we are going to pick next. I think Sampdoria come up quite a few times in recent weeks. So thank you very much. We'll see you next Monday for another one. Bye-bye. Today we are going to try and replicate Jose Mourinho's treble-winning season with Inter Milan whilst we're doing a 5-year rebuild. A fantastic season, and obviously Inter Milan, they did win the league a couple of seasons ago, but then AC Milan, their rivals,
took over again.
They pinched it in Serie A last season. Now I haven't actually made any signings. We do have a little bit of a transfer budget, but Robin Gosens is at the club already on loan. He will be joining permanently, but I guess we can take this chance and have a look at the signings that Inter Milan had made over the summer, including the Ajax goalkeeper on a free transfer, not bad. Mkhitaryan from Roma, that was a weird one in my eyes, and a Serbi as well, on loan from Lazio, one of the good centre-backs, 34 years of age, a lot of experience. Obviously they had some kind of like money troubles over the summer, and they were trying to offload players, and obviously they brought in Lukaku on loan, who joins us. Now you might have seen something quite funny there. He has played 3 games so far and scored 12 goals. That's more than what he scored last season in 3 games.
Could he?
Unbelievable. He only scored 8 last year. He got 12 already in 3. So yeah, I mean, in his contract there isn't a loan to buy option. So if he does really well, he's going to cost a fortune anyway. This might be the only season we can actually use him.
To be honest, I couldn't imagine Chelsea putting that into his contract, could you?
No, probably not.
Spending that much money to buy him, then lending him back.
Yeah, a bit of a weird transfer situation he's going to have even this summer, isn't it? Let's take a look then at the tactic that I'm using, which obviously happened to score 12 goals with Lukaku. It's kind of like what they actually play.
Yeah.
Because it's a 3-5-2, which I think Conte used quite a lot with Inter Milan when they actually won the title.
Yeah.
They have perfect players for it. They've got a really good amount of centre-backs. That ball-win midfielder is perfect for Brozovic, who I think is a world-class midfielder, really solid defender. It's a defensive midfielder. And of course, we've got 2 defensive wingers here. We've got Dumfries, who can play on the right with Darmian as backup. There's quite a few players who can play there. And Robin Gosens, who I mentioned already. And DeMarco is not a bad backup at all. In fact, he's incredible.
I think any score could take him, really.
Yeah, I watched an Inter Milan match the other day with, I think Gosens was that injured, so DeMarco played. Best player on the pitch.
Yeah. Best
player on the pitch. We've got the centre midfielder on attack role, which is good for Hakan Çalhanoğlu, one of my all-time favourite players because of how good he was at free kicks in the Bundesliga. But he has come across to Italy, and he's played really well for both Milan teams now, so he's there. But also the Carrilero is a really good role for Nicolo Barella, who is another world-class midfielder, and in real life, in form as well. Fantastic. Now, Lukaku's going to play up top in that target forward role alongside Lautaro Martinez, and as backup, we have got Corsair and we've got Edin Dzeko, and that, again, is not bad for backups, is it?
I mean, Edin Dzeko, I mean, there's never a striker anybody would take, really, wouldn't they, in their squad?
I agree. So, obviously, we have been scoring a lot of goals because Lukaku's been on fire, but who's it been against?
Look at Juventus result.
Oh, yes. Now, we've played 3 tricky games, I think, in the Serie A, and we've done very well. 5-2 against Fiorentina. Lukaku got himself 4. Then he got a hat-trick against Roma, and then he scored 5. Is it 5 or 4? It is 5 against Juventus in an 8-2 victory.
I mean, you just go by those 3 results there, you'd think we should win the league after beating them.
We bloody should, yeah. I mean, the tricky game is up next. It's the Milan derby right after we end the transfer window. So
we're talking about Milan. Who come first?
What, as in, were created first?
Yeah.
I think it was AC.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
AC Milan were formed in 1899, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they had a thing in there that they would not sign foreign players.
Okay, yeah.
So certain players in the team didn't like that, and people in the management and things like that didn't like that. So what they've done, they broke away from AC Milan and created another team, and they called them International Milan.
International.
Yeah, because they wanted to take in foreign players.
Yeah.
And that's why Inter Milan were formed, really.
Yeah. So I think it's quite a weird rivalry that they share the same stadium. I always find that a bit bizarre. It happens quite a lot in Italy, actually, because there's obviously Lazio and Roma do exactly the same. That's a fierce rivalry.
1947, I think it is. So it hadn't been right from the beginning.
Yeah.
But, 1947. But an interesting thing, they've remodernised the stadium a couple of times.
They're about to knock it down, aren't they?
Yeah, they want to build it quite close, but a little bit further away from where it is now, more into the town.
Yeah.
They've got an Olympics coming in 2025, I think it is. And then they want to build this new stadium then from then on.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see it because I mean, San Siro is one of my all-time favourite stadiums because early 2000s I love both Milan teams because of the players that were at the clubs. You know, R9s, and then you got the Zlatan era as well where he played for.
We loved that, didn't we?
Yeah, and then Inter Milan at some point where they had like Adriano, AC Milan because I love Kaká.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of times where I've really loved.
There's not many stadiums in Italy that are on the pitch like they are there.
Yeah,
You've usually got a running track around the pitches and that.
Yeah.
So that's why the Italians love going to that stadium because it's so enclosed and all that.
Absolutely. Okay, our Champions League group then. Before it breaks way into the weird format, which a lot of you have been telling me, it is seeded.
Yeah.
But it's still crap.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me. PSG, Leipzig, Celtic.
All right.
We should qualify. Leipzig are difficult on this game though.
Are they?
And PSG are obviously PSG.
Got to be in there, yeah.
Yeah. But we've got Lukaku who's got 12 and 3, so we should be fine.
I'd still be disappointed if we don't qualify.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay then, let's simulate this first season and see how we get on. Now, as a first time ever, don't celebrate yet.
Hey, why not? We've
Don't
the league.
celebrate yet. Yes, we are top.
We lost
But
2 games as well, look.
we don't have a champions next to our name yet. Now,
Do they do a
I'm
playoff
as
with them, do they?
confused as what you are. There is, because we're on the joint amount of points, if we go to the rules and we take a look at league sorting, results between teams.
Ooh.
If team records against other teams on the same points, it will be sorted by the rules in the following order. Goal difference. Now, I don't know why, but we have better goal difference. But I think because it's for the championship, that's not the case, because for some reason, we are playing this game here, which is a playoff. And I've never seen that before.
That could mean, really, that at home we beat them like 2-0, but away we lost 2-0.
It could be. I mean, we could take a look. We can see the results between the two teams on here.
The first one was
see how we get on.
We won 3-2.
So that was right at the start of the season. 2-1. We
2-1.
beat them there.
Right.
So in the other game, we won 3-2. So I'm just as confused as what you are.
Yeah, I don't know now.
No idea. Maybe it says something in the rules that if it's for the championship, it doesn't. So I've no idea why.
Well, so we've got a game to win the league in.
We've got a game to play to win the league. So let's see how we got on. And let's take a look. We won 3-2 in the playoff. So if anybody does have any idea why we played that playoff, whether it's a bug, we might have to report it, then please let me know. But we have Lukaku who scored 2 goals. Dumfries got 1. We went 3-0 up. They scored 2 late on, and we went down to 10 men when Barella got himself sent off. It was a very difficult game, and our defense did not play that well. Got a couple of 6.4s and a 6.2 in there. Not great, but we still prevailed, and we still won the league. Now, what about other competitions? Coppa Italia, the Champions League. How did we get on? Right, so the Italian Cup semi-final. There's a bug with the fact that the Champions League disappears in the first season all the time. So we can go back and take a look. Barcelona won in extra time against Bayern in the final. Did we make the semis? We did not. Quarter-final exit was what we had against Bayern Munich. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But the semi-final exit to Napoli in the Italian Cup, which Lazio beat Napoli in the final, but we won the league. That's kind of a good thing. Yeah, a good start. Lukaku scored 57 in just 43, and now we don't even get to keep him.
We won't keep him now, will we?
No, we don't get to keep him. I mean, Lautaro Martinez still scored 43 in 52.
That's 100 goals in 2 players.
Yeah, and that's with 14 assists as well.
You're going to do that again, are you?
Çalhanoğlu, that's one of the highest assists I have ever seen.
Yeah.
32, and he's playing centre mid. We don't have a centre attacking midfielder. He's just playing centre mid. It just goes to show how good he is at set pieces. He's probably set up half of those goals for Lukaku at least. Yeah. So really good amount. And the wingers, DeMarco got 15 assists, Dumfries got 13, and I think where is our other left mid? Gosens got 9, so almost double figures. So we almost had 3 wingers there getting double figures as well. So really good. Transfer-wise, then, we've got to replace Lukaku now. We've got to find somebody who's going to play in that position. And we've not got a lot of money either to do it. So, and we're losing our goalkeeper, Samir Handanovic, but understandably, he's 38 now. He's gone to Real Sociedad. He is still good, but I think we can do better. Let's go for the second season. Okay, we had £17 million leave the club, but I think it was already a deal that was done before we joined, as well as, of course, the Robin Gosens deal that was already there. But we have signed some players. Let's go in order of price, and we found the replacement for Lukaku. It only cost us £12 million. He's not as good, but it's as good as what I could get in the same similar role as a target forward. And that is Maximiliano Gomez, who is a Uruguayan striker. So we've got a South American strike force now. Now, a very weird transfer that happened in real life is that he moved to Trabzonspor from Valencia after a few bad seasons at Valencia. He was very good at Celta Vigo, as you can see, at 18 and 13. He's gone to Valencia, not done a lot, but Football Manager rate him so highly. He got 18 goals in the Turkish league last year, and they sold him to us for 12 million. So his value did not increase to what they would hoped, I guess, but that jump and reach, strength, bravery, composure, finishing and heading, he's a target forward.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Very good target forward. His only real weakness is his pace, to be honest, at 12
the thing is, he's going to get the supply.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
It's up to him then.
You've got Çalhanoğlu whipping balls in for you. It's deadly. And he's only 27, so he is going to last us for the remainder of this rebuild. Next off, we've got basically a replacement for Brozovic in the future, but you can also play anywhere in midfield, and that's Niklas Sievald. He's an Austrian centre midfielder, 22 years of age. Very much ready for game time, but as a squad player, he's going to be fantastic for us, coming off the bench, replacing people who are injured or tired. And yeah, he did quite well for Salzburg last year, got 6 goals and 8 assists in just 18 games as a centre mid. Really good. It only cost us £13 million. It was a release clause bargain. Centre back though, Eric Garcia from Barcelona, didn't really get a lot of game time, has got good potential on the game. 22 years of age, we spent £25 million. I don't think that's bad.
No.
The thing with Inter Milan is we are playing through at the back, of course, and yes, they do have somebody like Bastoni who is young, but if you do take a look at the rest of the centre-backs, they're closing in on 30, if not already are 30. We lost to Serbi as well. He's gone back to Lazio, so we needed to replace him. Skriniar's 28, De Vries is 31. We needed to bring somebody in at some point. That man is going to be Eric Garcia, and he's probably going to be starting for us as well. We've got Onana, of course, who can play in goal instead of Handanovic. So the Ajax goalkeeper we got on a free, he will now replace. I like him. I do like him. He will replace Handanovic in goal as our number 1. Tactically, there's no point in changing it. We won the league with it, and we scored a hell of a lot of goals with it. So that's what we're going to stick with. So let's take a look at the schedule then. We've played only 1 game, and we played a team which we played in the friendly 7 days before it. I don't know why that was put.
I don't think that would have happened, would it?
No, definitely not. But we beat them 6-2 in the league, so not bad. Good result. Martinez, Gomez both got on the score sheet. Just what you want to see. I think there's 6 different goal scorers as well.
Yeah.
One of them don't go. That's the perfect start of the season, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
The only thing I've been better with it is a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, 6 new goal scorers, perfect. Our Champions League group's difficult, though. Sorry, I was going to cut you off. What were you about to say?
I was just about to say that what Inter Milan, the first team in Italy to do.
I have no idea.
You nearly touched it earlier with talking about Jose Mourinho.
Win the treble?
Win the treble, yeah.
Yeah.
The proper treble, as we know the treble.
Yeah.
As
Your cup,
your league,
your league.
your keep, and the Champions League.
Yeah.
And they've done that in 2010 with Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
It's funny because he joined in 2008, and he actually won the league and the cup, I think it was, in his first season.
Mm-hmm.
Second season I wasn't too sure about, but the third season, which is 2010, everything, and then he left to go to Real Madrid then.
Yeah.
So.
And I love that team he had.
Yeah.
Really do.
They were a good
They had Diego Milito up front, and he was so underrated because he basically scored very important goals that season. And then, like, his career kind of fizzled out. And it was almost like everybody forgot about him.
Yeah.
And I never did. And I used to love Diego Milito because they had the likes of Samuel Eto'o as well.
Oh,
and
yeah,
fantastic team.
I don't know whether you can remember it. I can remember it, though, was when they played Barcelona.
Yes.
And he ran on the pitch because they were giving him so much stick because he got a result there, didn't he, to go through the next round. And he was on the pitch going over to the Barcelona fans, dancing and all that, and they didn't like him at all.
No, hilarious because he was assistant manager there.
Yeah.
And
then he went to Real Madrid.
And then he goes to Real Madrid. Jose don't care though, does
No,
he? He absolutely loves it.
Yeah,
so our Champions League group then is Liverpool, Monaco and Braga.
You'd be disappointed if you didn't go through.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's going to be tricky to top the group though with Liverpool in our group, unfortunately.
Definitely.
Which means they didn't win the Premier League the first season because they're not coming in as the first seed.
No.
So Man City probably won it, maybe Arsenal occasionally do it as well, but there we go. So Barcelona Champions League holders, we're joining with Liverpool in our group. Okay, let's simulate the second season, see how we do. Second season, and we've won the title without having to play the bollocks of the playoffs. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, by a point to Lazio, who lost the last game of the season.
That cost them the league.
And that cost them the league. Yeah, so if we take a look at past positions here, Lazio were top. Well, actually, it says it there that they weren't. It says that we were top, but that obviously did cost them.
Yeah,
they were on the same points as us. And then we were obviously top on goal difference going into the last game of the season. We dropped points. All they needed to do was win it.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They lose. So I'm actually curious, who was their last game that they actually lost against? Sampdoria as well, who finished 17th.
Yeah.
And they weren't even playing to save themselves either.
No, so it was just
they were already
finished game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just really bad result for Lazio.
Let's get the game out of the way and get on holiday.
That's unfortunate. Because we drew against Juve, so we had a difficult game.
Yeah.
We drew against Juve, who didn't have much to play for, but it's still against Juve. They would have been more than happy to cost us winning the league.
Much. Oh, they would have loved that, wouldn't they?
Exactly. Now, Lautaro Martinez has scored 36 goals for us this season. Our goal difference, by the way, is huge.
Yeah.
64. So we've done really well there. Our average rating's high. Assists for Çalhanoğlu's at 19. Lautaro Martinez has got 11. But we don't have the most clean sheets. We must just be outscoring people again.
Yeah.
Despite losing Lukaku, we must be outscoring people. Let's take a look at the other competitions then. Have we won that Coppa Italia? No, semi-final again. And in the Champions League. Semi-final of the Champions League against PSG. What a semi-final that is.
So we qualified with Liverpool then.
Yeah. Apologies, by the way, to everybody who left a comment in the last video, the Newcastle one, saying, how did you not see that Barcelona beat Liverpool 9-0 at Anfield?
We both missed it.
Yeah, we're too busy looking at other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thank you very much, everybody who told me, or 98 of you who told me.
Liverpool went on and won.
Liverpool went on and won it against PSG in the final. Fair play. Okay, not bad. What about the Coppa Italia then? Fiorentina got to the final. They lost to Lazio. They got smashed. So Lazio did win something.
Yeah.
They just didn't win the one that we were involved in.
Didn't win the big one, did they?
No, that's back-to-back as well for them, which is quite impressive. Churro Mobile doing bits. We still had the top scorer there of Gomez. So Izzy scoring a lot in the league as well. Lautaro Martinez got 49 goals in total, 29 from Maxi Gomez, which is about 30 less than what Lukaku has given us.
Yeah.
However, Çalhanoğlu still getting a lot of assists.
I mean, you've got 3 players there, you've got 100 goals.
Yeah.
So
and Dzeko's even chipping in.
And Dzeko's coming again with another load in here.
Yeah.
So you can't moan with that strike force, can you?
What a guy to come off the bench. He's 38 now.
Brilliant.
And he is out of contract, so he will be leaving the club. In fact, he played this season out of contract. We just paying him month to month the same amount, which is weird that that happens automatically. But there we go. Assist wise, Çalhanoğlu, Gomez got 15. Loads of players got assists in the 10s, which is very impressive indeed. And the money wise, we've got about £90 million, which is slightly better.
Yeah.
Slightly better than previous. Okay, we'll go forward. Third season. Who do we bring in? Now, I don't usually check this, but because of Lukaku's goals, I thought I would.
Yeah.
He won the Ballon d'Or, and Martinez came second, which I was quite surprised with.
That's good.
That is quite impressive there. So, fair enough. I mean, I'm not surprised with Lukaku winning it because the amount of goals he got.
Should have done Cheney.
But Lautaro Martinez getting second place.
Not right after that happens, is it?
Not
Two
at
players,
all.
one team.
No. Okay, let's take a look then. How much money did we spend? Well, you might have, eagle-eyed viewers might have seen who I'd already put an offer in. That was for Milenkovic. We brought him in. He's a very good centre midfielder who can also play on the right-hand side too. We got him from Fiorentina, so we're kind of weakening other teams around us as well, which is a good idea, I think. But he's very aggressive. He's really tall. He's good at the back, and he can pass the ball as well. It's kind of the centre-back that we're kind of looking for. And again, we've eventually got to start replacing the three at the back that are at the three at the back other than Bastoni. Our right back though, Dumfries, he is good, don't get me wrong, but Pedro Porro's better. Pedro Porro is, I think, world class on this game, and he's really good in real life too. He moved to PSG, who have Hakimi, remember, for £36 million and only played
7 games.
4 games in total. 7 games in total.
Yeah.
So amazing, really.
And he scored 2 goals out of that 7 games.
Yeah. And they just never really used him. 7 games in the league, 9 overall. And then we signed him for £41 million. They still made a profit on him, which is phenomenal, really. And we've started playing him, and he is going to be our starting right back, and so he should be. He is class. So, there's no other signings on, I think. No. Did we sell anybody? We did not indeed. Tactically, is there any need to change it? No. We've won the league back-to-back. Let's take a look at the schedule then. Okay.
Perfect greens again.
2 games that we have started off the season with. Napoli, 4-0 win. Boom. Nice. Great. And then second in the league last year, Lazio, we managed to defeat them 3-1.
Our last friendly, you don't have a friendly against.
That's never a friendly, is it? Like, who is booking the friendlies? I want to know, because they are stupid. We're not even going on tour. Yeah. Usually, you always get an option at the start to say, "Oh, I want to go to Singapore," and then you play all of these clubs, and there is neutral ground there, so maybe we have gone on some kind of tour and played the likes of Sassuolo and Torino. But why are we playing Milan the game before?
In the first league game.
Yeah, and that's only 7 days. Yeah. You be kicking the crap out of each other and injuring for the start of the season, wouldn't you? It didn't work for them.
Another quick fact about Inter Milan.
Okay.
What are they the only team in the Serie A known for?
I don't know.
They've never been relegated from the top league.
Oh, really? So even AC Milan have been?
Yeah, every team's been relegated except for Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, wow. Well, obviously I knew Juve had been because of their money problems and being forced to go down.
The only team in
that is
Serie A never to be relegated.
No, that is very good.
Yeah.
I must say, by the way, I'm wearing the Inter Milan shirt with Lautaro Martinez on the back.
I mean, we have spoken about the kit before, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we both said this is a kit that we both like. I used to play for a team, Wessex Rangers, in my local league with that kit, and it was my favourite kit I ever played in. And you've had that shirt for
Yeah. And it's the reason why when we do our replica shirts, I go for the blue and black stripes. Yeah. Because Inter Milan shirts have always been my favourite shirts. All the way back from like when they had the big Pirelli.
Yeah.
And it was R9 on the back and stuff like that. They've always been my favourite. Although I have had AC Milan shirts, that's just because of the players that I've enjoyed. Although I do like the Milan kits. Especially this year, I think their kit's quite nice this year actually. Compared to like ones that they've had previously, I don't mind that kit. I'm still unsure on Inter Milan's kit this year.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit... and last year's one I didn't like. That really snake effect.
Yeah.
Not sure about that. This one I think's better, but I don't know.
Have they had that kit ever from your dot?
Well, I was hoping you'd tell me.
I do know.
Okay, let me know.
They did start off with that kit.
Yeah,
that's the original kit. I think it was in the 1920s.
I guess because they pulled away from AC Milan, they were like, what's the opposite of blue and black?
So, I think it's in the 1920s. There was another Milan team that they merged with.
Okay.
And they did change their name, and I wasn't sure what the name of the team was. But they changed the kit to white with a red cross on it.
Which is what they have quite often as their away shirt.
Kit, and that's where the away shirt comes from, yeah.
Right.
They only kept the kit for, I think, around 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
And then under a lot of pressure from the fans and people like that, they went back to the original kit again. The board of directors sort of said, no, we've got to change back. The fans, they want the blue and black.
Yeah,
so
which I love. Yeah.
They stick to the original kit that they started with.
Very iconic kit.
Yeah.
Gotta be. Okay, so our Champions League qualification, obviously we now go into the new standard of Champions League. These are the games that we're going to be playing. Fenerbahce, Arsenal, PSG and City, Celtic, Bodo Glimt, Leipzig, and then Copenhagen.
I mean, at this present moment, the two top British sides, isn't it? Arsenal and Man City.
Arsenal and City,
They're not easy games, are they?
No, and Arsenal are quite good on this game as well. And then, of course, we've got to play PSG. So that's 3 difficult ones, and they're all in the same month. We're just very lucky that the league games around that, we're playing against the dross of Serie A.
We could afford to rest a few players.
Yeah. No offense to if you're supporting these 3 teams, but there are so many good teams in Serie A that those are kind of the bottom half. So yeah, it is going to be really tricky. And even like December, that's a hell of a month.
Yeah.
Sampdoria can always be difficult, but Juve, Milan, Leipzig, Fiorentina, Atalanta.
You're talking about the top 5-6 teams there, really, aren't you?
Yeah, around us. Yeah, you won't be far off. If you look at the league table at the end, them and Lazio, that's probably your end 6 clubs there at the top, and Napoli maybe. Right, okay then, let's simulate this. Actually, what I do want to show you is if we go on to tactics and go on to best 11, you can kind of see what the assistant is picking at this point still. So he's still looking at Dumfries as a backup or as a starter. For Pedro Porro, centre back wise is Eric Garcia, Skriniar and Bastoni. So Milenkovic doesn't come in and replace somebody yet, but he's hell of an option if we need him. But it's still that midfield 3. So we're still looking at that midfield 3 as our go-to, and I'm not surprised considering how well we've dominated with the likes of Çalhanoğlu getting that many assists.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's go and simulate this 3rd season. 3rd season, and we have dropped off the pace. And it's Roma who are now champions and look like they've been dominating as well.
Is Jose Mourinho there?
Is he still the manager? No. It's De Rossi. Wow. Roma legend.
What a player. I
love De Rossi.
Oh, yeah.
I still find it like astonishing that players like De Rossi and Totti just stayed with their clubs. I admire it, don't get me wrong, but you just think they never really won anything with Roma other than that 1 league title. What would have happened if they did? What would have happened? Like whether they had come to the Premier League, what would they have been like? Roma's kit, by the way, big fan. We talked about kits earlier. Big fan of that new kit this season. Phenomenal kit. But fantastic club. Roma, they've got really good players and they've pipped us to their 2nd ever league title there. Fair play.
Yeah.
Our goal scorers though, 42 and 40 at the top of the league.
Happy with that.
Yeah, but we're still not winning the league with it. That's the trouble. We lost 5 games until one of them was Roma. 9-2! We lost 9-2!
That's an hammering, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what won them the league as well, if you think about it. That one game. We lost against them both games as well, home and away.
That's what cost us the league, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think like if you were to just look at these statistics without looking at the league, you'd have thought we had walked it.
Yeah.
We had the most goals, the 2 highest average rating, 3 of the most highest assists, 2 highest man of the matches. We're just not there with clean sheets. But goal scoring wise, we look like we dominated. Okay, maybe we want something else then. Let's take a look at the competitions. No. Round of 16 by Juve and a semi-final by Bologna. So we are way off the treble. Way off the Mourinho treble here. So round of 16, we are knocked out by Juve.
I mean, that's bad luck to go through and then pull another Italian side, isn't it?
We finished as the secondary team, I believe, as well. So we had to play the knockout playoff. Oh, wow. We knocked out United. So this is going to be, I think, in rebuilds now, we're going to see once you get to that 3rd season, it's going to be so much harder to win the Champions League now.
Definitely,
because you have probably an extra round to go through because you might not ever finish in that top
the teams that we had to play, if you go back that chart then, they were nearly all there.
Yeah.
In the next round. I mean, Celtic was even there still.
Yeah, Celtic, because they're in the top... they finished 22nd, so they're in the 2nd lot of 16. So there's going to be a lot of those clubs there. PSG, obviously, they were finished there, but we had to play Arsenal and Manchester City. Manchester City was at the top.
Yeah.
But, yeah, very difficult. Who won it in the end? Because I feel like this is going to be like PSG. PSG beat Liverpool. I feel like it's going to be a hell of a triumph to actually win the Champions League from now on.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that's 3 different winners so far. Right, okay, what is the transfer budget like? 107 next season. That's a good amount, yeah. We're losing De Vrij. He's going to Ajax, who's moving back to the Netherlands. And we're losing Dumfries as well. He's going to Atletico Madrid. And still in his prime, so it's disappointing to lose him, to be honest. 51 goals from Martinez, 45 from Maximiliano Gomez. That's a better amount, isn't it? Just short of the 100 that we were seeking a couple of seasons ago. And Hakan Çalhanoğlu still getting above 24 for his assists. We got the likes of Satriano coming back and getting involved now that Edin Dzeko has left the club as our backup striker. Good young Uruguayan strikers. We've got 2 Uruguayan strikers now. And we've also got DeMarco there, 15 assists. That's quite good, as well as Pedro Porro getting 16 assists. Nice. Okay, let's go forward to the next season. Right, now we have spent £164 million. Huge amount. We did have a little bit of money there, but we sold Lautaro Martinez. 70 million. He was in the last year of his contract and would not sign an extension. So it's either 70 million now or keep him for a season and lose him for free.
You got to take it, ain't you?
You got to take it. When PSG come in for 70 million pound, Champions League winners, and they add Lautaro Martinez to their ranks.
Scored 3 goals in 4 games.
Exactly. So to replace him, I brought in Evanilson. But this is where things get a little bit complicated, because there are rules in Italy where you can only sign a certain amount of non-EU players. Now, Martinez counts as that. So you have to sell one to bring in one. But I accidentally confirmed 2 non-EU players on the same day, and Evanilson was the second one, which means he cannot be registered. So he is unregistered at the start of the season. I have worked a way around it so that I'm hoping when we're simulating, he gets registered in January, but we'll get to that part next. So we signed Evanilson, £47 million from PSG. So he has joined. He is good, but he's a little bit younger than Martinez.
We could be out of the league title before January, couldn't you?
That's the only downside, because we might be struggling now. We have also signed Jurriën Timber from Ajax, who world-class centre-back, right-back, and centre defensive midfielder. I think that's a quality signing bringing him in, because he is going to be doing all of the jobs really, really well. He's one of the best players on the game after a few years. And Enzo Fernandez is another one who is a world-class midfielder, really good at what he does. Again, because we've got the likes of Çalhanoğlu, who is slightly older. This guy basically replaced Çalhanoğlu in my eyes as that centre midfield who can bomb forward. Çalhanoğlu's 33, I think, now.
We're building a nice little squad then, aren't we?
Exactly. For the Patreon members, remember, £5 tier, you can have the save game file at the end of this 5-year rebuild, and Dan's going to set you a task to carry on wherever we are laying. And that's thank you to everybody, by the way, who's on the Patreon who helps me out. £5, you get all of the save game files previously and all the ones that come up in the future of this month.
Starting to get a few comments of people saying that they're doing it now. It's quite good. So keep letting us know what you're doing and how you're getting on. Sort of.
Absolutely. So the way around it is I am selling a goalkeeper who is going to be leaving on the outs, Gabriel Brazal, but the trouble is he doesn't leave until January, because I sold it, because you have to sell the non-EU players outside of Italy. That's the tricky part. So I accepted the Brazilian offer, thought, oh, thank God for that. And then it was like, transfer doesn't go through to January. It's like, So we're selling this guy back to Brazil to register Evanilson, but it can't happen yet. It has to be in January when that can happen. And obviously we're simulating, so we don't even know whether it definitely will happen. We just got we got a finger crossed that it does. Tactics, no point in changing it. 2 years winning the league, just missing out on winning the league the second season. I think that's the only problem with the tactic is in the league it's good, but it's in Europe that we're struggling. And I think that's very much what happens with this tactic in real life.
Definitely.
These Italian clubs are playing against each other, winning the league, but then when they come up against...
Conte for Spurs is a prime example as well, isn't it? He's struggling in the Premier League with it as well, I feel. Me personally, and I've said it to you so many times, isn't it? We're a very strong side going forward, but we just cannot defend. And he keeps playing this tactic that he's playing, that we just sit back, let you come to us, and then we beat you on the counter. It works now and again, but in the Premier League you get caught for it.
Absolutely.
And I think in the Champions League we're getting caught for it there, aren't we?
I don't think your defence helps that though.
Not when you got Dyer.
Not with Eric Dyer. That's poor. Okay, let's take a look at the schedule then. We have lost the game for the first time, I think, at the start of one of the seasons, but we did beat Juve 4-0, and you think, oh, that's going to be a great start. Iliev, who is a youngster that's come through.
The first game of the season beating Juve, wasn't it?
Yeah.
4-0.
A 21-year-old Bulgarian who is at the start of the game. We've just signed 450k in real life, and then he has finally come through, and he's actually scored in that game there with Maximiliano Gomez. Both got himself a brace. But then we go and lose to Bologna. Enzo Fernandez getting 2, and Pedro Porro get himself sent off.
That's cost us really.
Which cost us, because they scored 2 goals after.
Yeah.
So that's disappointing. The Champions League games that we're playing: Club Brugge, Barcelona, Atletico, AZ Alkmaar, Arsenal, City again, PSV, and Hoffenheim.
We should go for it. If we went through the last time, we had a lot harder draw than that.
Yeah, I get, so somebody wrote a comment as to why they're doing it. They're doing it so that more big clubs play against other big clubs more often.
Yeah.
I get that, because if you look at how many times we're playing against the big teams now, it is going to make things more exciting.
I mean,
it's just going to be a case of getting used to it.
I'm going to really enjoy it, because I do love it when it's the big European nights. I do like the football then, and seeing what we can do against, I'm not saying that we as in Tottenham or as the Premier League teams, because when it comes to the European evenings, I'm a British supporter of any team in there, and I like to see what our British teams can do against the Spaniards, the Italians, the French, and just see what level, because we think we are the best. Real Madrid keeps winning the Champions League, doesn't it?
So I mean, after reading some of your comments, I'm actually going to hold my hands up and say I don't hate it as much as what I did last week.
Yeah.
Because now I've had a think about it and I've listened to a couple of your comments. Imagine that, the comment section being right.
Yeah.
But that's never happens.
That's what we like about this program, isn't it? We getting comments back from you guys, and it's educating us as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always every day's a school day, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So the fact that we're playing against all of these big teams, I don't mind it, because usually you get drawn against a big team, you have to play them twice.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you got a group of death or whatever. In this way, you play against more of them.
Yeah.
But it's only once, and I actually quite like it. So, because you could go years without playing against a certain team and just always avoiding them. So I don't remember the last time United played against Real Madrid. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't know. But
Liverpool play them all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So that might happen more often now.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that, definitely. So that's something to look forward to, I guess, in a way. So yeah, I mean, we'll find out, I guess. Let's simulate this 4th season.
Just before we go, just click on the Chelsea and see if Lukaku is still there.
Oh yeah, of course. So we see if he is being used or not. So Graham Potter's still there. Fair play. Usually gets sacked immediately. So this is actually quite a good occasion here. Lukaku is still there. He is injured though. Only just. They've also got Churumobile. They signed Churumobile and Barbosa and Gonzalo Ramos. They have got an abundance of strikers. They got the opposite of what they have right now, which is no strikers. So he is still there, and he's scored 15 goals last season, 16 the season before. Nowhere near the 41 he got for us, though.
At least he's scoring. Anyway.
He is scoring with Potterable instead. Okay, now we can simulate the 4th season. Fourth season, we're back on top by a mile as well. 10 points above Milan. That's what we like to see.
It's business now.
Oh yeah, that is definitely what we like to see. Okay, good. 92 points, only losing 4 games in the season. We did lose to Milan away from home. Away, it's the same stadium.
Yeah.
But it's Udinese. Have we moved to stadium yet? No, it's still under this umbrella, because it's not confirmed in real life. They haven't done it, which I respect. So that's fair enough. Okay, what about other competitions then? We need a cup at least. Oh, it's a semi-final again. We cannot get past the semi.
Look who it is.
Yeah. Can't get past the semi. Italian
we beat
Cup.
them in the Champions League in 1964. We won it 2 years in a row, 1964 and 65.
Yeah.
And we beat Milan in the final in 1964, the first time they won the Champions League.
Well, AC Milan we beat in the final.
No, Inter Milan beat. Oh. No, sorry, Real Madrid. Sorry,
I was going to say, yeah.
Sorry, Real Madrid.
Yeah, did they go on and win it? So it was City and Liverpool was the other side.
They beat Liverpool, didn't they?
Beat Liverpool in the final. No, they lost on penalties. Oh, that's a very tight, very very tight. Did we have to play the knockout? So we did. We played West Ham in the knockout phase.
Get on hammers.
So we finished in 14th there. Milan finished in 13th. But look at the top lot, Liverpool, Real Madrid. It is. I genuinely think it is because we're playing this tactic and we can't defend very well against the elite. We drew against City and Club Brugge. We lost to PSV and that cost us. We beat PSV, we go through as the first qualifying group. So we didn't. We had to play West Ham. We still go through anyway. Then we played Bayern Munich. So that's then just the luck of the draw, isn't
Another
it?
team that we beat in the Champions League final.
We did beat in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
I remember that one. That was 2010 one, right?
Yeah.
So we beat them in the round of 16. We then played Barcelona in the quarterfinals. So we're playing all the greats.
Yeah.
Because you're like Wolfsburg going through against Real Madrid there. Okay, fair enough. What about the squad then? Who's scoring the goals? 37 for Maximiliano Gomez. Satriano, who filled in before Ivan Nilsson could join, he got 28 in 32. So fair play.
Yeah.
As a backup, he's done all right. But then Ivan Nilsson came along. We registered him, and he got 23 and 27.
We had a good push at the end of the season.
We did.
And we won the league.
We still won the league, so that's fantastic. It didn't cost us a league.
The biggest thing that's annoying me is we haven't won the cup.
Yeah, I know. We're not even getting into the final. Not even getting to the final. Enzo Fernandez getting 17 goals from centre midfield. Really good. He's not getting the same amount of assists as Çalhanoğlu, but Çalhanoğlu is still getting those assists despite coming off the bench quite a lot. The guy's a machine. So really, really strong performance. Transfers, we got £100 million for the next season. We're losing Brozovic. I tried to keep him. He didn't want to stay. He's going to Barcelona.
At the end of the day, though, he's 33, so
last paycheck.
We can get a that's what you do. We get
Last
that age,
paycheck. Yeah, we can't offer what Barcelona are going to pay when they pull another lever, whatever they do, to somehow gain more money. Oh, I did see something about Manchester City, and it was a TikTok video, so trust it as much whatever you would.
Yeah.
But they announced that they brought in bigger revenue than Man United in the last year, and everybody just thought, oh, okay, fair enough. They've become really big. The company that gave them all the money is a company that's so small that they have like 50 followers on Twitter and was owned by the owners of Man City. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I wonder how that happened. How did that happen?
That's how they get the money in at the back door,
Exactly. So whether that will ever get looked into, I don't know. But the guy had quite a lot of proof on the TikTok that this company was just a Twitter page with like 50 followers. It was crazy. Okay, let's go forward to the 5th season before we get shut down. Right, let's take a look then at the transfers that we have brought in using that money, because we have spent £96 million of it, so we have spent quite a lot. 2 midfielders, Davide, because it's Italian, Fratesi from Atalanta. He does look world class. He's developed really well, a lot of 15s. Kind of a really good box-to-box midfielder. I think this guy's going to be like Barella's replacement, if I'm honest.
Just coming into his prime as well.
Just
26.
coming into it, yeah. £45 million. He's played quite a few seasons for Atalanta, but he's at the point now where he needs to move to the next big club. He went Sassuolo, Atalanta, in Milan, the champions. But we've also brought in Zaniolo, who is, honestly, I rate him so highly. Again, he's quite young, only 27 in his prime. From Roma, but he used to play for Inter Milan at one point as well. They signed him from Fiorentina, who signed him from Intella, then into Milan, then to Roma. Yeah, we made a profit on him, and then we signed for £29 million later on.
Playing up front, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really good. He's solid at that. He does have a few like mental attributes that I'm a little bit worried about, but other than that, I think he is good. So he is another addition that we can bring in as an attacking threat. And then we have Diego Coppola, who is a centre back yet again, 22 years of age, for the next generation, which is probably going to be you guys, because I very much doubt he'll be starting many games for us. But if he does progress, he has the potential here, you can see, to be a leading Serie A player. So for you Patreon members, this could be your guy in the future. £21 million, we signed him after Torino had quite a good season with him, to be honest. So there we go. Tactics, again, we have changed it slightly.
I'm going to say, I'm surprised if you hadn't changed it after talking about how we're struggling in Europe.
Exactly. So my reasoning for it was that, but in all honesty, making that change kind of negates. It was defensive wingers, so they literally sat there into complete wing backs on attack, which I don't know whether in the match engine it means they'll sit back and their starting position will be deeper. I don't really know. The other thing I've changed as well is the ball playing defender from defend. I've made it as a cover, so he's kind of the ones where if the ball's played over the top, he'll drop even further, and stuff like that.
Van Dijk does that for Liverpool, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He always does it. Acts as like a kind of a sweeper, which obviously the Italians used to love back in the day.
Well, to me, they were the ones that designed them against sweeper role.
Yeah, absolutely. With like the Baresi and players like that. And then other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same. Maybe I've tweaked something in the tactics there. But for all you Patreon members who want to try the first tactic, it is there. So when you get the save game file, you also get the 2 tactics. And you can see, I don't even like save them. So I might have to actually save these because they were quite good. Now, let's take a look at the schedule then. Actually, what I do want to do before that is just show you, using this, our final season, what is our best 11. It looks like this. So Seavold has come into the lineup, Barella, Enzo Fernandez. We've got Gomez Evanilson at top, as we expected. DeMarco and Porro, Skriniar, Timber, Bastoni, with Onana in the goal. We've got so many good players on the bench as well. Ridiculous amount of talent on the bench, and I think that's what I really need to focus on, because at the start of the rebuild, we started to lose a lot of players, which meant we didn't have a very good bench. So that's kind of what I've done over the 5 years, is build up a really good squad and not just the first 11. Schedule-wise then, 8-0 in our first game. Great start. Can't go wrong with that against Monza. They're called Brianza on this. It's a name thing again. 8-0. That is a hat-trick for both Gomez and Evanilson.
Good start of the season,
Very good. Getting your two strikers to have both hat-tricks.
The ball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my ball.
It's my ball. Verona, also a 3-0 win away from home. And then the Champions League games.
Here we go.
City, Chelsea, Shakhtar, Villarreal, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, St. Gallen and Leipzig. Yeah.
2 top British sides. 2 good
Real
Spanish
Madrid.
sides.
Yeah. We'll see. What's your expectation this final year?
We're disappointed if we don't win the league.
Yeah.
I'll be well disappointed if we don't win a cup.
We need a Coppa Italia, don't we, at least?
I mean, it'd be interesting to see the tactics, how they change for our Champions League. Like you say, it's going to be the hardest thing to win from now on. So we're trying to get used to it as well. But disappointed we don't do the double.
Yeah.
Really disappointed.
I'm thinking exactly the same.
We've got a good squad.
Yeah. We're going for the treble, but we haven't had a double yet.
No.
And I think that's what we need.
No.
Okay, let's simulate this 5th and final season. Final season, and we have won the league with our highest points tally yet.
We haven't just won it.
Demolished it. 18 points. 18 points, 102 points in
Look how many
total.
goals we scored as well.
116 goals. We only lost 2 games. One was against AC Milan and the other against Sassuolo, where we just could not score. Oh yeah, but I mean, I'd rather do that and then win the league by. I mean, we actually might have played them. We did. So we won the league and then we played them, I think. So it was
we would have been resting players then.
Yeah, we probably were. For a Champions League final, maybe. Let's take a look. Competitions. No, we did win the Coppa Italia though. We've got a double. We've got a double, which is against Milan as well. Yours. Unlucky. So we did win the Coppa Italia, and it was Nicholas Seevold who got the winner in the 86th minute.
Oh dear, what a shame.
Absolutely fantastic. So that's good. We also won the Super Cup, which I think they might take a little bit more seriously in Italy, especially when it's against AC Milan. So we've done them twice there and then won the league.
In Italy, so that's good,
Yeah,
isn't it, really?
so that's really good. We didn't really take much notice in this.
So 2 top teams played in everything, really.
Yeah, pretty much. The Champions League then, quarterfinals, and Real Madrid again. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Did we have to play the knockout playoff? We did. We beat Napoli. So it was another Italian team there. So I wonder whether that's actually going to be a thing when that actually comes around, whether you can play clubs from the same nation. Because I know you can't from the Champions League groups into the next round, can you?
No.
You can only meet somebody from your nation quarterfinals.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously this is just the playoff to get into it, and we're playing against Napoli.
They were always pleased to see in there Spurs, though.
Spurs on penalty against
Benfica is the only other team. Is the third team that we've won our Champions League in.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
So we've named the 3 teams now.
Yeah. Round of 16, we beat Milan again.
We beat them at
Oh,
everything.
they hate us.
Oh, what a bad season
They
for
were
them.
nothing, and they always were runners up or knocked out because of us. That is great. And then obviously that's where we were knocked out. Real Madrid 4-2. We won the first leg 2-1.
Talking about Milan as well, AC Milan, that's who Spurs have got in the next round of the
It
Champions
is.
League.
How do you think you're going to do? Somebody asked me about this actually.
That's what reminded me of it,
Yeah.
really. I think it's a good draw, and I think we've just got to sort a couple of little things out. And I'm praying that we got Song back. I've heard today that Song's going to the World Cup, so he'll be playing.
He should be playing
So
in that game.
hopefully he doesn't get himself too injured, or something like that again. We need Song. We're not so good as without him. It just goes to show a couple of games.
You're not very good with him.
No.
Am I right?
Oh, well, come on. I think personally we'll do them. I think Cantona would do it. He'll come up with a plan to beat them.
I mean, he obviously don't like AC Milan that much now that he's previous.
But the thing is,
Milan.
Italian teams play the same way as what Spurs do, don't they?
Yeah.
And if you let Spurs come forward at you, we'll do you.
Yeah.
It's when you don't let us come forward.
We'll see. We'll see.
You hear it first time from me. We will win that game.
We'll see. Speaking of winning, Liverpool beat Real Madrid in the final. It's those two again.
Yeah.
Liverpool got back-to-back now. They won 3 out of the last 4.
Yeah, good.
They've done a hell of a well. They're really strong in Europe. Lukaku is at Real Madrid.
Ooh.
Well. How the tables have turned.
Did he play in the final then?
He must have done, because he's starting and he had the top scorer. So he did start, but he only had a 6.3. Rodrigo got the goal. Salah, and they got Jude Bellingham as well. And Jimenez scored in the 69th minute, which turned out to be the winner. So final thing that we're going to take a look at is the goals. And Evanilson got 45. Maximiliano Gomez got 34. Satriano come off the bench quite a lot and got 19, which is great. Barella got 14 assists, which is high, but the most assists come from Pedro Porro at right wing back, who got 25. So he's probably taken over Çalhanoğlu as the corner taker now, because it looks like Çalhanoğlu is kind of being phased out and he is leaving the club by the looks of it. Maybe he's not 2028, so he's got 1 year left. So you guys and the Patreon members have £64 million to try and upgrade this team. But Dad, finally we've got your target, but also people who go to the San Siro, what is the food like?
What's the pasta
Let
like?
us know. Can you get drinks there? What's the story with the San Siro? What's it like? And final, Dad, what is the target?
I want to give you an R target because we've won the league, we've won the cup. So see if you can do better than us. At least get to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
That's the target. I'm saying, I mean, if you get there, please win it.
Yeah.
But try and get to the final. I'm not too worried about winning the league. We've done it 4 times out of 5.
Yeah.
We won the cup once, so we're great if we win the cup. But get to the final of the Champions League. That's your one and only challenge for me.
I agree. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Make sure you keep suggesting teams down in the comments. We're not going to go too obscure too early. We're going to stick with the big clubs for now and find stories later on.
I'll tell you what I do like
line.
was coming through some of the comments you're giving as well. You're not just asking us to do a team, you're explaining why you would like us to do the team as well. They were great a few years ago, they're having a few money problems, they're struggling now. And it just helps us really to sort of pick a team, really.
Pick a story.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I prefer picking a story than picking a team. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next Monday for another one. Thank you to all the Patreon members. Page.com/MegaLukeGaming on the £5 tier. If you want the save game file, it'll be on there right now. And make sure you check out Raid Shadow Legends in the description. It'll be at the top there. Download it and support the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.